night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause I'm there for you
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Now let me see you drop it to the flow, drop it to the flow then. Now lean
Shit, that's nothing. Splash. Everybody call me Big Pimpin'. No, I ain't bluffing. I'm with your mom in the kitchen, making blueberry muffins.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana, banana, banana.
I remember when I lost my mind.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Who walked into his studio and didn't use a cane, and who went back and got coffee and didn't use a cane? I got it here just in case because I'm not out of the woods, but it still hurts. But coming along, really glad. That's progress. Look at here, I got D-Man back here, got Cubby. Look at all these folks, man.
How's that even possible?
What's that?
That you did that without a cane?
Because, man, it was just it's like
it's a miracle.
I don't know, man. It yesterday it seemed like worse than it had been, and then I got up today and it was like better. I don't know how to explain it.
No, it's impossible. You can't do it without a cane.
Why not?
Are you not David Kane?
Oh, wrong kind. See, the wrong kind.
Sorry, that was a long drawn out dad joke there.
Yeah,
it's a miracle that.
But no, it's for real. It's like drastic improvement. You know, I was able to take a few steps yesterday without it. And then here just a little while ago, man, I got up and I was doing stuff and I was like, hey, I don't have my cane. What the fuck?
You know what's going to happen too, Sav, is because you've been a little favoring one side, you're going to be real sore for a while until your body starts to kind of balance and straighten itself back out, dude.
That's why I've been gradually putting more and more, stress on it as I go.
My foot, breaking 2 toes, was because I was like not using rolling over the front of my foot anymore and walking on the ball of my foot, made the back of my thigh and my hip on my left side hurt until I started to use my toes again. Then like one morning I went to get up and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I got up quick and everything cracked. Everything. My knee, my ankle, my shoulder, because it straightened itself back out again. All of a sudden my balance is, it changes your balance even when you walk differently for a couple of days. You know what I mean? Even if you hurt your back or you hurt a rib and you got to start to straighten yourself back out, it throws your whole body out of alignment. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not looking to getting you guys a visiting angel.
I want a life alert. I want a solve alert. Solve alert.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't want that. I'm falling and I can't get up. God, I remember they making fun of that commercial back in the fucking
I know
80s.
It ain't funny anymore.
Jeez. No, it's not. It's not, because that's serious, man. That's serious shit.
But it really does throw your balance of your body off when you're compensating.
Yeah, I had a broke ankle one time, and it took a while to get over that, But at least this wasn't broken. I think I dislocated it and then it snapped back into place. You know what I'm saying?
You might have yanked it out of the socket a little bit. Yeah. Not dislocated it, but pulled it out enough that it, I'm not bragging, but I wasn't wearing a seatbelt in the car and I got thrown across the seat into the passenger. I got literally whipped into the passenger seat and then thrown into the driver's door because I had no seatbelt on. And I went through the same thing. It was horrible. It was a horrible experience.
I went up here to the store. I forgot to tell you all about this the other day. I went up here to the store and a car pulled in And I pulled in right after them and shit. And they took the one parking spot, and I'm like right behind them. And I go to pull into that parking spot.
Door open.
God damn, if that bitch didn't open her fucking door up, I caught that door. I stopped just in time that it didn't fuck their door up or anything. And I was like, what the hell? And then I backed up. She closed her door, didn't say jack shit, and went on in the place. And I looked, and she's hogging her big old ass back there to get ice cream. I'm like, you know, like they wasn't going to have any ice cream for you. My God. You know, that's the first thing you do before you open the door is look to see if there's going to be anything in the fucking way.
Yeah, I always double look at everything I do. If I stop, go, if I'm parking, back at, I mean, everything. You got to be on the ball because everybody's.
You can only defensive drive these days. That's the only way.
Oh my God! I
Dude,
swear
you
to
should go
God,
driving.
I'm thinking to myself, you stupid bitch. You know, you act like they wasn't going to have no fucking ice cream left or something, man.
I got to get in there. Hurry.
Oh yeah. Now, I'll tell you an adventure. I took a trip through the Vietnamese part of Charlotte back when I was younger, starting to drive. And you got to be on double your guard because there's no telling what those.
Oh, yeah. They just say their cars, their blinkers on no matter what they're doing.
They can go anywhere and slow or fast. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
it's going to happen.
I make 7-lane change with no signal. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, everybody. yeah. From The Simpsons or whatever that was.
Yeah, it was Family Guy.
I got hit by a Vietnamese woman over there one time. I was going down South Boulevard in Charlotte, and it's right on the edge of the Chinese Vietnamese section. And she had her turn signals on. She's in the left lane, 4-lane road, and she's just slowly going over. And I'm passing her in the right-hand lane because she's going super slow. I'm just going around her, and she just goes right into me. I'm right dead beside her. I'm looking at her across there, and it just ran me into the curb.
Yeah. Some people are just numb, and they're just not. The only thing they give a shit about is their little space that they're in, and they don't give two shits about anybody.
What it is in Asians is because that same part of the mind that allows you to be a skillful driver has already been taken up by karate skills.
Oh, okay. In Mandarin. Yeah.
Well, that too. Yeah.
So. I mean, I always implement kung fu when I'm driving.
And here's it kind of bothers me that there's all these songs about love and all these songs about there's only one fucking song about kung fu fighting, and I find that interesting. Why is that? And listen, I was there. Everybody was kung fu fighting. If you don't believe me,
were they fast as lightning?
Those fists were fast as lightning.
Was it a little bit frightening?
It was very frightening. Yeah, man.
Good to see you guys again.
Did you guys see what happened here? There, I said this the other night. I'm pretty sure I did. I said he's going to pull some shit over the fucking Memorial Day weekend.
What did he pull?
The third in charge is going to pull some shit over the Memorial Day weekend. Okay.
This weekend now.
And I just had this nagging feeling. I was like, what the fuck? What's going to happen? And so he was on his way out of DC to go do some kind of bullshit. I don't know, not go to his son's wedding or something. He canceled doing that. Put out a Truth Social, said that he's got shit he's got to take care of with the United States and all this other. His plane turned around. He was en route, and his plane turned around, and Marine One brought him back to the White House. So he's back at the White House. Okay. Meanwhile, Iran has totally cleared its airspace. They've declared themselves a no-fly zone now.
Yeah.
KC-135 tankers have departed, like from Israel and shit, and turn their transponders off immediately after taking off. So something's fucking getting ready to happen. I knew he was going to pull some bullshit over the Memorial Day weekend. I knew he would.
Yeah. So that's what Iran's bracing for, right? By declaring no air.
Yeah. So there's something going on. And at the same time as Tulsi Gabbard resigns, says that her husband's got some kind of bone cancer or whatever. That may be the reason, but I think it's really a lot of like rats jumping off of a fucking sinking ship.
Oh, so you know what I'm saying? That's what you're smelling. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the fact that everybody is realizing finally that Israel controls and occupies their fucking country.
Well, that's the only reason we're there.
Anything that's last thing, and you know how I feel about elections, but God damn it, I'm trying to tell people, look, it doesn't matter. Now they're starting to see it. Now they're seeing it, right? What the fuck happened there in Kentucky? What happened in Kentucky? That was obvious that Israel and its interests bought a seat in Congress. Why? Well, they call this man an anti-Semite. Why? Because he doesn't want to give funding to Israel, who's committing genocide. What the fuck is anti-Semitic about that? What if it was China that was doing it? What if it was some other country that we were giving aid to and they were committing genocidal war crime acts like that? So how is that anti-Semitic? No, that's that card they pull every fucking time. So there's how you trace who's doing it, who's in charge. They openly fucking brag about it, admit it. But then if you say anything, it's, oh, you don't like Jews. No, I don't like fucking foreign agents.
Well, weren't we doing the same in South America too? Weren't we like funding the Contras so they could fight the government? Yeah.
That cocksucker said in a speech that we're making 25 times more than what the war costs by selling Venezuelan oil.
Sure.
All right, we already know you can't fucking do math, dude.
Yeah.
And he's still bragging about his goddamn cognitive test. That would be something you don't want the public to know about.
Yeah, you want to keep that to yourself.
Why have you had to take a fucking cognitive test 3 times to determine whether you're it's going to determine one of 2 things. And if you passed it and you're cognitive, that just means that you're batshit fucking crazy.
I'm going to go with the latter. Yeah.
Did you see his post? Did you see his post about? He made a post yesterday or the day before yesterday. He said America won't tolerate a rogue state harboring a hostile foreign military intel terrorist op. And I saw it on TYT, and I went on there and said, wait a minute. So I put that link to the post and then said, as he harbors a hostile foreign military intel terror op.
No.
You're doing what you're saying. You're projecting this onto other people as you do it yourself.
Wasn't he doing that in Venezuela too? Wasn't that just a psyop that they just wanted to capture that boy?
It's clown world. This is clown world. Listen, I'm all for him talking, because the more he talks, the more it wakes people up to say, whoa, wait a minute. Kennedy the same day come out and said some other ass stupid thing about talking about these foreign, same thing on his post, and every single person that heard that said the same thing. There was 20 posts.
Are you talking about Louisiana Kennedy or Brainworm Kennedy?
Louisiana Kennedy.
Okay.
The one that he's got that real common voice like this.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he comes
the joke
out,
teller.
Yeah, and he comes out and starts talking trash about other countries. Dude, there was 23 comments that all said the same thing at almost the same time. Wait a minute, this sounds just like the United States. So I'm all for these retards going on TV and talking shit. Talk all this shit you want. You're waking people up every time you open your mouth. Every time.
Same with Artemis too. They need to do more Artemis launches.
Oh, they should have an Artemis every 48 hours.
Oh, I guess one of Elon's fucking rockets blew up and shit on landing today.
No way.
It's yeah, those are safe. Let's get on one.
We're just doing stuff, man. I don't even believe the number $39 trillion in debt. They're not. We're just doing stuff, and we're just digging a hole, man.
Dude, it's all actors. The whole thing is fucking actors. Think about it. Just think. You got President of the United States, who is a reality TV star, has made cameo appearances in movies, was pretty famous because of his lifestyle and shit like that. Highly promoted dude. In that respect, on the glam scene, boom, he's president of the United States. Vladimir Zelensky, okay, he's a fucking comedian on TV and shit. Plays in a shit thing about where if a comedian became the president, boom, and there he is. He's the president of Ukraine. All these motherfuckers are actors. We saw a guy on CNN that was clearly wearing a fucking mask, pretending to be the CENTCOM commander and shit, that was clearly not the CENTCOM commander. I mean, what in the fuck? Everything is a stage. It's a set. You had a fake assassination attempt and all this drama that went around it and all this. Look, man, something fucking really weird is going on. Really, really fucking weird.
Yeah, I wonder how long that's actually been happening, Though. I mean, like how many times they planned this? Like, think about it, even during Kennedy's time, back in the day. I'm pretty sure a lot of those people that were at the parade were part of it. You know, they're plants. They're all over.
Oh, was that even a real event? Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, who knows at this point? But I mean, you could chain together those events and clearly see that he was trying to get rid of the usury system and get it away from there. And boom, he's dead. And I mean, the same thing happened in Chile. Remember when Chile had the big overthrow that was in the Nixon administration? Nixon and they were totally behind the overthrow of who the people voted in Chile. So I mean, you know, it's so bullshit. The more they talk, because the things they say, you can now reference back to things that happened in the past and say, "Oh, you mean like the thing you did here, or the people you funded here, or the people you killed here?" But let them talk all day. All they're doing is waking up all the normies. Wake them up.
Lesbians. Yeah, I know. They're making it. It's almost like they're making it so obvious that you can't mistake it. You know. And of course, it's for you, Fuzzy.
The Lego.
This was like real quick. I ran the Lego thing had something about this whole situation. What we were just talking about the you know, having to stay in there, hunkering down, whatever.
Yeah, something is cooking. Something is cooking. Yeah. Something is cooking. Trump canceled the golf, skipped his own son's wedding, locked in a White House bar. Tulsi just quit. Must I warn in Iran? My strike first. Blockade on Iran. They got every right to hit back hard. Something is cooking. Feel the panic in the air. Trump glued to the situation room. Something heavy in the air. No golf, no wedding, no time for the fam. Something is cooking. And Iran ain't playing. Damn. Trump out here canceling everything on his plate. Golf plans gone, son's wedding. He said not today. Aussie Gapper walks, says she done with the game. My side dropping warnings. Iran might strike first, they claim. He talking big but staying glued to the chair. White House on lockdown, something heavy in the air. 1 minute he was swinging clubs, next minute he's locked in. Something is cooking and it's got Iran written. Now they talking preemptive cause they already know you pushed too far. Now the pressure is rising. Iran got the right to defend, that's not surprising. Trump acting calm, but we see the fear in his eyes. Canceling everything, staying where it's safe inside. Something is cooking, the pot is about to boil. Sacred defense ready, Iran ain't gonna fall. Drums of war are beating, we hear them loud and clear. We do not want war, but the choice ain't ours, my dear. No golf, no wedding, White House on lock. Something is cooking. Sacred defense. We see you panicking. We waiting. Sacred defense.
That's why they were probably on that, what, DEFCON 1 is what you said they were at?
We're on DOCON 1, yes.
DOCON.
DOCON 1. Let me see. I had that. I saw it on X first. Let me see.
Well, you better fasten your seatbelts, folks.
Yeah, where is it? Yeah, here it is, DOCON 1.
Yeah, it was DOCON 1 yesterday, too.
Mm-hmm.
Says Domino's Pizza, 1.4 miles from the Pentagon, is experiencing an extreme spike in activity at 220%, 227%. And Pizzato Pizza, which is 2.2 miles away from the Pentagon, also reports high traffic at 167%. DOCON level 1 as of Friday evening.
Yeah, plus it's a Friday night, so people will order out. But I mean,
well, it
was big yesterday too.
Also looking into, they're not just their busyness, but how many deliveries are actually going to the Pentagon?
Yeah, it's a lot.
See, and there's a lot.
Did he put any pressure on the market at all before the weekend? Did he?
He tried it, but it didn't work.
Oh man,
I'm kind of surprised that a place that big like the Pentagon wouldn't have their own kitchens and stuff.
Yeah,
honestly, like the fact that they're delivering pizza there sounds awfully odd to me. But
well, yeah, their security cameras don't work on the outside for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, right. You'll never catch a pizza delivery on security cam. Not the way that fucking thing works. DoorDash
delivers, buddy.
Right. Remember? So yeah, they are at DoCon 1.
That's who Scott works for. He does the DoorDash delivery thing.
Yeah.
Right now, there's massive GPS.
So is Rustabear, I think.
GPS jamming is detected across Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, UAE, and the Persian Gulf, indicating active electronic warfare preparation. Heavy interference are the red zones. Let me bring this up. It says here that the heavy interference are the red zones. And we see those to be here, down here on the right, and up here to the left as well. So Western Iran, Kuwait and Northern Persian Gulf, Iraq and UAE, Oman border region. So something's getting ready to fucking take off. Something's getting ready to happen. There's just too much going on for it not to be. And of course, it's going to be right in line. This reminded me of this when you were telling me about Kennedy, and I had to ask you if it was
Louisiana.
Or is he Kentucky? Where is he?
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
So here, this is pretty funny. That reminded me of this.
Yeah, he said some stupid shit the other day that was just ridiculous.
Which one of them is head of the health?
That's
Robert Kennedy Jr.
That's Brainworm Kennedy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
You gotta check this out. Audiobooks choosing the worst narrators.
Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings, by J.R.R. Tolkien, on audiobook. Read by RFK Jr.
Chapter 1, A Long-Expected Party, when Mr. Bilbo Baggins.
I knew that was coming, man. I've heard him talk. I swear. It's hard.
I'm so glad that guy wasn't the president.
I know. Can you imagine a State of the Union?
Anything.
Put subtitles. I would just have to put closed captions and turn the volume off. I wouldn't be able to.
I turn them off every time he comes on. I don't care what he's talking about. I'm like, I can't do this.
So I was going to ask you if you saw the thing yesterday about Anna Kasparian was on some panel on another channel to some pro-Israeli guy, and he was talking about Shabbat or some kind of stupid holiday shit, and she was in the middle of it. She just said, "Oh my God, please kill me," and he was like, "Gladly." And I put the clip in private chat. It's only you don't have to watch anything past 15 seconds, but from the beginning to 15 seconds, and the guy literally said, "Oh, gladly," on television. God. That tells you how bad. I wouldn't play, just 0 to 15. 16, 0 to 16 seconds. He literally says, "Oh, gladly." It's like, wow.
Yeah.
They're just blatant about it now.
Right quick. I got new hats today, and it says on the side of it,
we got the meats.
Got the meats. Here, this is little person.
Yeah, she's single and ready to mingle.
Well, here she drives too.
Half off.
I've been watching this, yeah.
I'm the presence of a
They'll do it all, and they had put some in like I think bulldozers, and they had RC bulldozers in there.
I never met a little person. I only knew one person who was extremely short. He's a dwarf. His name was Glenn. He lives in Louisiana now too, which is kind of funny. We used to joke around.
If they just like walked way away from you,
you wouldn't know.
Perspective would just make it like we're all the same size.
They would disappear in horizon sooner. Yeah.
Zero to
Trump just issued a proclamation encouraging Americans to keep Shabbat. I encourage you to do the same thing.
Oh my God, just shoot me in the head, please.
I had said, gladly, I know,
you're in this
okay.
For culture, right?
No, that individuals are free to lobby their government.
A lot of that.
Used as an
they
example.
showed every day.
Rob, you should put it on slow speak so we can hear him say gladly.
Wow.
So, they're just out in the open with it now. They just don't care.
They don't. They're at each other's throat anyway. The press row have always been like that, though.
And I'm not a big giant TYT fan, so it's no big deal. But I mean, even just to say that on national television was something that was absolutely unthinkable, even 2 years ago. And now they're just like, oh yeah, sure, okay. Like, wow.
So, hey, do you remember?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, look at my avatar. Do you remember this show?
No.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, it's Bill. It's the picture.
Yeah, it's Fat Albert.
It's Fat Albert, right? Yeah.
Oh, the Cosby Kids. Yeah, man. I used to watch that. Hey, man. How about you be doobie, man?
Did he do all the? He didn't do all the voices. He did some of them. I know that.
He did most of them, I think.
Yeah, I think he did a majority.
You ever get a chance to listen to his old stand-up, man? I'm talking like from the 60s.
I know who that is. The guy with the guy on top.
It's Trafficant.
Yes, Jim Trafficant. I remember him from back in the day.
He died of a kind of mysterious circumstances.
Well, because he was talking about certain people at the time.
Yeah, well, he was saying this way back in 2009. Yeah. Listen to this.
James Trafficant tried to warn us back in 2009 of who really runs this country. Most of us just weren't awake yet. Oh, and by the way, a few years after this clip, he just so happened to pass in a very accidental way. Check it out.
But I believe that Israel has a powerful stranglehold on the American government. They control both members of the House and the Senate. They have us involved in wars of which we have little or no interest. Our children are coming back in body bags. Our nation is bankrupt over these wars. And if you open your mouth, you get targeted. And if they don't beat you at the poll, they'll put you in prison. They're controlling much of our foreign policy. They're influencing much of our domestic policy. We're conducting an expansionist policy of Israel, and everybody's afraid to say it. They control much of the media. They control much of the commerce of the country. And they control powerfully both bodies of the Congress. They own the Congress.
Are you an anti-Semite?
No, I'm not. That's exactly what they're going to say. We have a one-sided foreign policy in the Mideast, and we've alienated Arabs who have no way of fighting. So what they've done, and I predicted this on the House floor, is they would export violence to America, and they have. They have no other way to fight. I'm saying this to you right now. Israel gets approximately $15 billion a year from the American taxpayers. That $15 billion is $30,000 for every man, woman, and child. And people in my district are losing their pension benefit.
Keep in mind, AIPAC doesn't even register under the FAR Act, even though they're a foreign lobby. And our greatest ally doesn't sign the non-nuclear proliferation treaty. Why is that? That's why JFK didn't want them to have nukes. But guess what happened shortly after he passed?
I could say now it's close to probably 90% of our Congress and
probably higher than that.
Yeah.
Israel is just a funneling operation. It's just like Ukraine, anywhere else. It's a funnel. Where does Israel get its money?
Us.
It's
where does Ukraine get its money from us?
Back to it. It's just a funneling operation, like Ukraine and every other country used for the same purpose.
Wandering. So they're like, oh, we need weapons, we need things. They go around and literally took shit out of other people's countries and said, remember those missiles we gave it? Yeah, you got to give them back so we can give them to somebody else.
The mob never disappeared. It just cloaked itself.
What was that fucking movie? Richard Dreyfuss was in it. Moon over Parador. And he was an actor, and they had him play a double of this dictator in this like South American country and shit. And I think the way it turned out was that he ended up doing a better job running the country than the actual dictator, and they got rid of the dictator and put him in place. And I was like, holy shit. I just thought of that movie, Moon Over Parador. I don't know why I haven't thought of that movie in years. And just now it just like popped into my head, and I was like, oh yeah, they used an actor in that fucking movie. They put it right in our face, didn't they?
The same with Wag the Dog, right? You said that.
Oh, I love that one. But that is a great movie. Wag the Dog is a great movie. De Niro did a great job in that movie.
Hollywood's got his hands in everything, dude.
Hollywood and DC are like this. They always have been, man. And the military-industrial complex.
Yep.
Pentagon, you see them in credits all the time in movies and shit.
Well, we use the airfield.
Well, Wonderland Studios.
Yeah.
In Laurel Canyon, man.
And then NASA. You got
Tom,
the
did you ever see those old World War II? My mom used to talk about them. She said
CD
when she was
movies?
a kid, when she would go to the matinees, the daytime ones, they would play those like little movie news clips. Yeah, the reels where it was, all promoting the fucking Navy, and they would show you all
the draft.
I looked them up one day, and they literally from the Department of the Department of Defense. It says right in the credits that it's from the Department of Defense that they would Hollywood make them.
Look at that. I think I'm wanting to say I think it was Ronald Reagan that his first. No, that was Darren from the Bewitched. He
but Ronald played a lot of military movies, didn't he? He played a soldier a lot, didn't he?
Who?
Ronald.
No, not a couple of times, but everybody did during the war.
Yeah.
Promote the war, Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, when a Zero was shot down intact in the Aleutian Islands and then captured by the United States, they studied it and figured out its weaknesses and what it could actually do, because they didn't take a whole lot to put it back into flying order. And then they made a Army training film teaching pilots how to shoot down Japanese Zeros. And it was Ronald Reagan that they did that with.
Yeah,
he was like an instructor. But like I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember health class in school.
Yeah.
They have these cheesy fucking movies. They'd bring a projector in.
Herpes.
And the guy that played Darren on Bewitched, the original guy,
Dick York.
That was his first film debut. Was in a VD movie for the Department.
You get syphilis, didn't you?
It was about syphilis. Like, holy shit. I see on your credits you're in the syphilis movie. Yeah, that's a blockbuster. We saw that got award on.
Could you imagine being that you're an actor and they're like, all right, we got a job for you. You're going to play a guy in a syphilis movie.
Right? They won't tell you about it till you get on set. Now, this is what you're doing today, boy.
But you see these people doing these commercials, a lot of times a big actor or something like that. Man, they're making more money off those commercials than they do from any movie or anything they do like that, because they get a royalty every time that fucking thing is played. There's people that just do commercials and make way more money than a lot of fucking Hollywood actors and shit.
Oh, yeah. Now it's going to change, though. Now that we're on the social media thing and the TikTok thing, there not a lot of people are really watching movies like they used to. They don't have the attention span to actually follow a plot in a movie.
No, they're really stupid. I asked today on some of those flat Earth groups. I posed a question in there, the same one that I asked. I say, if nobody had ever told you that the Earth was a globe, what would ever lead you into the direction of thinking that? Okay. You'd be surprised how many people can't really understand the question. Like, I'd get an answer like science.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what about science? What, you would use the scientific method to determine the Earth was a globe. Okay, well, I respect that, but why would you start using a scientific method, what would make you think to check and see if that's what it was in the first fucking place? What experience or observation would make you go, hey, you know, based on seeing that, I think that we might actually live on a sphere.
I know the answer, Sov. Circles.
You know, oh my God. And it's like you're not understanding the fucking question.
You mean like circles of equal altitude? Those kind of circles?
Well, you look up and the moon is a circle.
Oh, that's a different circle.
See?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't see a flock of geese when you were trying to figure out what you were. Look, I have wings. I'm a goose.
Now you start shitting, boy. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You know, and it just boggles my mind. It's like, how do you not understand the fucking question? Or it is that they know they understand the question and they don't like the answer that they come to.
Well,
See, the question is, I'm not really looking for an answer because I already know what the answer is. The answer is nothing. Nothing. Nothing would make you go, hey, I think I must be on a big ball. Nothing would ever make you think that at all. This is why you have to be taught that.
Yeah.
And
In
so
nature.
they either don't understand the question or they don't like the answer because it points to the fact that you had to be taught that you live on a globe. If it's so fucking obvious, how did you get taught? I didn't have to be taught that the ground was level. I didn't have to be taught that. I didn't have to be taught which way was down. I didn't have to be taught, you know, which way to stand.
No.
Come on, man.
Now the question, like I did a stream on the jumping spider, and they were getting to the optics of its eye, the way that I think that it was the one in the front that actually focuses. It's a tubular lens on the eye, and it actually moves inside the eye. The eye doesn't move itself, but it sees
kind of like one of those scopes.
Yeah, you can see horizons like clear. It's like you can spiders would never sit there while I'm on a globe.
No. So that's interesting. It kind of works sort of like how those things, you know, those little scopes you can feed into a little hole in the wall, and there's a little monitor you can see because it's got a little camera on it.
It's kind of like the one that the doctors stick up your butt when you get a colonoscopy.
Yeah. I got one of those, but not the kind you put up somebody's butt. I just got the one that you can put inside.
Yeah, the one you can put it inside.
Oh my God, I got both and it wasn't fun.
I guess you could put it up your butt.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I'm not
feeling froggy.
You know, hey, I wonder what's up in my ass. Let's take a look real quick.
I got one down.
When you find that hairless gerbil that's up your ass, yeah.
I got one into my stomach. That wasn't fun.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What were they doing? What were they exploring for?
You know, just looking in there. Ulcers.
Make sure you didn't have
stuff.
They're not going inside me.
No.
That's just all there is to it. They're not going inside me.
I haven't had a kidney stone since, but I had one up my
yeah, me too.
Whatchamacallit to scope in there for that kind of stuff. Let
me tell you something.
Not a fun time.
I would rather break my arm than frigging pass a kidney stone ever again.
Well, I passed
painful freaking experiences ever.
Yeah, it's bad.
I passed one while I was working one afternoon on a Sunday at a bar where I was cleaning it, and it hit me. I knew I had it. They gave me
it put me on the floor. It put me on the floor immediately. Wouldn't even take up 2 seconds. I was on the floor.
I was sweating like a pig, dude. Like the pain was so bad.
Hey, let's find something else to talk about instead of putting fucking shit up your pee hole or stuff.
It's horrible.
You're making me fucking cross my legs over here.
Oh yeah, how's the hip doing, Rob? How's the hip?
As I was saying earlier, I walked in here. The cane is just laying here against the desk. I was able to go get my coffee and all that shit and bring it in here without using the cane.
Nice.
I'm not running by any chance or anything like that, but I'm certainly mobile again. I think I'm hoping that it'll be even better tomorrow. So,
did somebody blow on you and you fell backwards and then got up and started dancing?
What?
He's talking about, did you go to a church and see a faith healer?
Oh, no.
Did you hold snakes or anything?
No. I ain't going to be holding no snakes. No spider.
You're not doing a hurdle race this afternoon, are you, or anything?
No, I'm not getting ready to do any kind of track meets or anything else like that. But I mean, at least I got my hands free. You know,
Very good.
so
Glad to hear, man.
So you guys remember when I told you guys that when they rigged this election for Thomas Massey, that this was going to create more anti-Semites than Ryan Maddow, Kanye, Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, and Tucker Carlson on their best day? Well, now Kim Iverson's coming in with the receipts, and it's doing exactly what we predicted it was going to do. But the one thing I am going to disagree with Kim on is the fact that the Israelis are doing this because they want all the Jews to move back to Israel. I don't think so. I think the Jews are here to stay. I think they're turning America into a giant welfare state, which they own and control. And they are going to milk like a golden calf until every last drop of milk is squeezed out of that sucker. And then they're going to stand over it and they're going to rule over it like you peasants. They're going to make you their slaves. That's why you're already their slaves. You give 50% of your paycheck to a government that sends probably 100% to Israel. Check that out. You guys are slaves here. And as long as you stay in this country and you allow this government to take all of your fucking money while you can barely keep a roof over your kid's head, people are living in their fucking cars. They're homeless because their government taxes them so much and they keep paying their taxes, dude. That's fucking slavery. Gosh damn, the fuck can't make it up, dude. You got to get the fuck out before they crush you and bankrupt you and kill your children. I mean, it's like, how many people are you going to wait till the ticks poison your children? Are you going to wait till the chemicals give your children turbo cancer? And then what? Then you're going to decide that's going to be your red flag. Like, I got to get the fuck out. How stupid, guys. Get the fuck out of here.
Thomas Massey has lost his primary race, defeating one of the true America First members of Congress using a massive amount of foreign interest money has only lit the match. More Americans are angry and more Americans are suspicious of Jews. I'm just going to come out and say it. People are looking at the 2.5% of the population and seeing the massive amount of sway this group has over our politics and media, especially now after a favorite politician was just thwarted, and they're mad. And it's not just mad at Zionists or mad at Israelis. The anger is being directed at Jews. And it's not about anti-Semitism. It's not that people are just fundamentally against Jews because Jews are Jews. It's because people feel undermined. They feel that the majority is being kicked aside for the will of the minority, a very, very small minority. And this should set off alarm bells for everybody involved. But you know what? It doesn't. You know why? Because this is what they want. The Zionist goal, the Israeli goal, is to get as many Jews to Israel as possible. So if they can turn the country against Jews, they accomplish their goals. They get as many Jews as possible. They are creating the very environment that they're claiming to try to defeat. But in reality, they want that environment because they do want all of the Jews to run off to Israel. You can't have a country if you don't have a population. And the bigger the population, the more land you can justifiably take. The defeat of Thomas Massey is the worst thing to happen to Jews in America. Every single Jew will be subject to suspicion of dual loyalty. I am just telling you how it is. AIPAC, Israel, Miriam Adelson, they have ensured a deep suspicion that many of our fellow Americans are actually loyal to Israel, infiltrating our politics and our country. And yeah, I now can see a future where this escalates to a very dark and bad place.
Now you better learn how to speak Yiddish, y'all.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm good.
Nope.
One troublesome thing about all these big time content creators, Mata, Tim Pool, throw in whatever name you want. They always address the audience as you. It's like, you guys are in trouble. You guys are going to have this come down on you. They never say us, like you're immune to it. It's almost like they got an inside track on.
Mata used to. He moved to El Salvador.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
So he's immune to all this, huh?
He's not here.
He said he ain't seen a fucking chemtrail for nothing down there.
I don't believe that, but maybe.
I've seen a bunch today. And I noticed that they're always in front of the sun. Always in front of the sun. So you know that they're trying to block the sun.
Go out in the daylight, y'all. I wish I could go. I'm usually working inside.
The entire sky was clear except in front of the sun. All day.
And it's not affecting the weather in any way, shape, or form, right? You're a crazy person if you say it.
That's right. Those are just contrails.
Conspiracy theories. So bad now that people are just, I don't even know. They just don't even care.
But don't do you no good. What are you going to do about it? It's fucking Jews doing that shit too. It's owned by a fucking Israeli company. The people that are doing that shit.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do about it? And the thing is, everybody thinks, oh, if I vote. No, you got to start tearing shit up. That's all there is to it. You got to start tearing shit up.
Pull yourself out of the system.
Yeah, I agree with that. You need to leave the system. And
but that's not going to stop them from poisoning you from the sky. That's not going to stop them from poisoning the fucking wildlife. That's not going to stop them from all this fucking bullshit that they're doing. They don't give a fuck if you're in the system or not. They're just going to kill you.
No, what I mean by leaving the system is like, I mean, I know this is going to take a group effort and it ain't something that's going to happen overnight, but you know, stop using all technology, tear down all these towers, quit paying taxes. You know, the obvious things we always talk about, but you know, it's going to take a huge flat earth.
What would happen if some group took over a fucking airport instead of like a major hub and said, okay, ground all fucking flights in and out of here until chemtrails stop permanently?
You'd be considered a terrorist.
We want every company that's working with that, every fucking airplane that's working with that goddamn Jew outfit, dismantled immediately. And whoever's running it, jail them. Fuck that.
Like that's what should be happening.
And it can't be a civilian-wide effort. It has to. We have to. You know, it has to be military too. Like people within the military have to be on board. No, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's enough of us out here that've already done our fucking time. We ain't forgot what we knew.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You know, I you know, the great meme wars I was a part of, and it was horrible. I seen some things, man.
No, you know what I'm saying though, for real. I mean, there's a lot more former military in the civilian population than there are currently military.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You don't just forget all that. Okay, this is one of the reasons that the VA does not help veterans. Okay, they don't want you around. They don't want you around because you're dangerous.
You're and they want to keep them drugged up and stupid like the rest of the population.
Exactly.
Saw my father was in Korea, and I asked him one time, Dad, don't you go to the VA? He said, no, I don't go to that crap. So I don't think my father ever used the VA after he was out of the war, out of the service.
Joke. I mean, I went down to a VA hospital in Michigan, and would you go somewhere with your snorting and shit? Go on. I don't want you down here. And hell, I couldn't tell who was a doctor and who was a fucking patient in that place. I was like, this is not a place for healthy people at all. Okay, look, the doctors can't even. And you know, when I see doctors that are fucked up and can't even maintain themselves, that's kind of like if you go to your mechanic and his car is always broke down. It's like, fuck that, man. You can't even keep your own car running. What makes you think you're going to keep mine running?
That's
right?
like a roofer coming to fix your roof and he's telling you about how his roof's leaking.
Yeah. Come on. Crazy.
That's why I get a Mexican to do that job.
They even did one of these things about that fucking guy wearing a mask. I still want to know what the fuck was behind that. I mean, was it that the real CENTCOM guy wouldn't say what they wanted him to say, and so they put a guy with a mask?
Salvo said the dentist with no teeth.
Yeah, exactly, right? A toothless dentist. Perfect.
Fox News. May 19, 2020-26, retired Vice Admiral Robert Harwood discusses Iran tensions. Viewers, however, were distracted. Social media erupted over an unusual shadow on his neck. Conspiracy theories of a silicone mask went viral. Fox has not commented. Polymarket gave it a 1.5% chance. Wait, you mean that's the story? Not the war talk? Just the shadow? Welcome to the algorithm, baby. A shadow on the neck, now the whole world tweets. Not the bombs, not the sanctions, just the sucrease in the heat. But the mask is not silicone, it's a beater of deceit, where the real crime is the guest, but the network's incomplete. How do you spin a real war with the cast of fake repeats? Put the puppet on the left, put the puppet on the seat. Sell a fiction to the masses for $1 billion feed. And when the glue starts to slip, you just double the deceit. May 19, the clip landed 2026. Harvard at the desk, Fox ready for the tricks. To discuss the straight of Hormus talk the Iranian play. But no one heard the words cause his neck looked strange that day. A shadow near the collar, a crease against the light, a skin like flap discolored, and Twitter lost its mind. Mass, they screamed on schedule, body double silicone. It's done a fake, a deep fake. Fox News is not alone. The tab ran the story, Mirror and the Times, India Today, Hindustan, the rhymes of pantomimes, even Polymarket joined the game, a market for the weird. Well, they confirm the mask. They asked, the answer's never cleared. But here's the real conspiracy. The thing they missed that day, the mask is not a mask at all. It's a pattern in the play. Let me spin the tape back. Let me set the stage. Fox News 2002, a different fake on the page. A man named Wayne Simmons, a CIA vet, terror analyst, operator, the best that they could get. He sat in the green room. He snarled on the air for 13 years. They booked him. Did they ever check or care? He talked to ran a rapper, writer, Bin Laden. All the names and every single word he said was part of a fake resume. Prosecutors caught him in 2015 and to play 27 years of fiction, fraud and felony. He never worked for CIA. It was all a show, you see, but Fox just said our bad and aired his next spree. I'm not mad at the kind, I'm just asking the scene. How many other experts have never been what they seem? If they let a fake spy talk for 13 years on air, what makes you think that Harvard's the first mask that they wear? Cue the next mask, a different kind of skin. The Daily Show 2018 pulled the curtain back again. They called it crisis actor, yeah, that's the viral phrase. Tommy Lahren, Fox commentator, stuck in a funny phase. She cried, I'm the victim on a loop for all to see. The Daily Show clicked the client, played it on a parody spree. Why does Fox pay a fake victim? The Chiron asked that night, and the hashtag started trending. Hashtag Tammy must go, you're right. She's still on the air today, still playing the same part. A victim in the crisis, that's a Hollywood arc. But if the victim's makeup's fake and the tears are just a trick, then the war they're selling's fiction and the pundits are a stick. Not silicone, not rubber, just a neck they call a job. And network the performers and the propaganda mob.
What do you say?
There was a lot of truth in that. There was a lot of truth in that, bro. If you listen to them words, man, it's just showing how it's all just fucking actors and bullshit, man.
Yeah. Central casting, like you said, so that's where they go to if they need somebody to fill the gap. Yeah.
Cubby said it yesterday. Bread and circuses.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Give them bread and circuses, and they shall never revolt. This is pretty cool. I like when people have new ideas and products and shit, and they try to sell them to people, you know, and get their opinion on it. This is pretty interesting. These guys have a crossing signal that translates, like scans who the person is and then translates for them. Check this out. This is crazy.
There is no way that's serious.
We're making crosswalk buttons culturally correct based on who presses it.
What? How the hell are you going to do that?
So it scans.
Yeah, it basically scans DNA
No. Let's watch the short demo to understand how it works.
Okay, let's watch.
Okay.
When a white male presses it,
Crossing requested. Wait. Walk sign is on. Please cross now.
when an Asian male presses it,
You press button. Wait. Walk sign on. You cross now. Okay?
when a black male presses it,
Crossing requested.
Oh my God.
That's ridiculous.
Better move them legs before the devil gets you.
I don't know if that would go over too well. You might have a civil suit on your hands.
Oh, I love. Can we play that again? That was awesome. No, that's a
I don't know
no.
if we should
Let's
play it
just
again.
move on.
Definite no in the back.
Absolutely.
Well, it is serious, but if you guys don't like it, we appreciate you guys letting us know.
There is no way that's serious.
It's more of just like a translation barrier.
But how is it going to know what language you speak?
It was all English. If you notice, they
Yeah.
spoke English. It was just the accents.
I think it's just more of like a cultural translation.
But how is it going to know that?
Racist.
It's a waste of money and waste of time. It's a stupid idea.
It's very racist.
I mean, wait until they have the knick-knock crossing signal.
You cross now. I heard my wife was taking the dogs out. She heard that. She started fucking laughing. She has no idea what I show on here. She doesn't watch.
I don't blame her.
Here's Elon's mega rocket. His SpaceX mega rocket exploded on splashdown. You guys want to see that?
Yeah.
Look at there.
Totally not AI.
Why are they so cheering?
Because they don't know what's really going on.
They didn't have a recording of anybody going, "Oh fuck."
Do you notice something? It's flat in the background.
Yeah, imagine that.
Look at that.
Look at that flame.
Why are they fucking clapping? It blew up. It fell over and blew up, and they're clapping.
So
maybe the popular opinion changed.
Wow.
The flame had holes in it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it looks CGI almost.
Sketchy.
Let's see if we can pick this apart real good.
Well, watch the flame at the top. Not here, but in the center. Watch the flame.
Oh yeah, I see it. Up there on the upper left.
Yeah.
Right. Hang on.
Yeah, up in that. Yeah.
Right there. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire doesn't do that.
That looks so fake. The water looks crazy fake too, and the stuff that's in the water.
What we're looking at is a propaganda piece for poor SpaceX now. They needed more money so they can develop more technology so we don't have this problem anymore. So we need to save more of the rockets so we can use them.
Yeah.
They should have a telethon.
So here's about this. Now this guy, he cracks me up. Ben Meiselas, you know who he is? He's on the Midas Network.
The what?
And every one of his fucking videos.
Oh, the Midas touch
Trump
guy.
Panics. Trump freaks out. It's always hyperbolic fucking shit. But I went over this, and because he kind of put it all together. This is regarding this is actually happening, and it's this where he canceled his trip and staying here at the White House. Iran declaring, airspace, cleared all its airspace. Said that they're at a height of readiness. We got DoCon 1 at the pizza thing. Oh, it's dropped down to DoCon 2. I see.
His glasses are always foggy.
Yeah, maybe they might not even be real.
He farted. Creased up his shirt.
He's farting up his shirt. He's nasty.
Donald Trump just canceled his trip to Bedminster, where he was supposed to spend this weekend. According to the White House itinerary, he says he will be staying in Washington, D.C. A NOTAM, notice to air mission or notice to airmen, has just issued in Iran, closing airspace all throughout Iran. You can see this NOTAM right here. According to Iran, the IRGC believes that Israel is about to strike. The IRGC says Iran's armed forces are preparing for war resumption with the United States in the coming hours. They've prepared what they're referring to as the new third struggle plan, targeting the U.S. and U.S. allies in a new and specific way. Per Tasnim, that's the state media in Iran, Trump is also inclined toward giving the final green light for major new strikes, according to multiple sources. Here's what state regime media known as CBS has just reported as well. They're saying the following. They're saying that according to CBS, citing sources with knowledge on the matter, the U.S. is indeed preparing to resume strikes on Iran. As of this afternoon, the final decision has not been made by Donald Trump, but we believe that this is going to happen. U.S. military and intelligence officials cancel their Memorial Day weekend plans in anticipation of possible strikes beginning tonight or this weekend. CBS News is reporting the Trump regime preparing for a fresh round of military strikes. As noted before, no final decision has been made at this specific moment. Another sign as well, in addition to looking at the airspace over Iran, you see all the planes flying around it. Well, Qatari foreign ministers and diplomats were in Iran earlier today. Apparently, they were trying to help facilitate some sort of resolution, which was not successful. All we believe was occurring was market manipulation. But you're seeing right here with the closing of the airspace until Monday, a Qatari plane, which has Qatari VIP transports in it, can now be seen leaving Tehran in Iran. So they're heading out. We also know that Donald Trump and Netanyahu prefer to strike while there are productive peace negotiations. That's what they've demonstrated time and time again. Here's what we've also heard from MB Ghalibaf, Iran's leader of their parliament and lead negotiator. After negotiations appear to have completely failed, a source close to Iran's Ghalibaf assesses the war will resume in the coming hours. This is how Iran sees it. They expect the United States to conduct harsh strategic strikes on Iranian energy and possibly nuclear structure. The Pakistani army chief, the Pakistani army chief also canceled his Tehran trip tonight. That's new data right there, folks.
I mean, all signs point to, and I just for the, ever since like yesterday, I was like, I'll bet you that fucking orange turd will try to be pulling some shit over Memorial Day weekend. Watch. And then Mike Johnson shuts down the fucking House, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? This is really some crazy shit going on. There's something about, and he's always pulling his nonsense, that's one thing. But I mean, I've had like, it's almost like a foreboding feeling of, oh fuck, he's gonna really step in it this time. Here it is. It's sort of like, that the drunk uncle at the wedding is gonna do the most embarrassing thing at the most fucking inopportune moment, right? And that's like what I feel like with this motherfucker, that he's just here he goes. He just gets worse and worse and worse. And like, I would say, since yesterday, since maybe even Wednesday, I was like, how much you want to bet this motherfucker? I started entertaining the idea of, oh yeah, it would work, Memorial Day weekend and shit. And then he starts up with this fucking nonsense over the weekend. Congress is out for an extra day. Why the fuck not, right? Who's going to hold your heels to the fire? I don't know. I just knew that there was going to be some kind of bullshit. And I think that that's what we're seeing right now is some kind of bullshit getting ready to take place. And it's not going to be good. There's going to be a lot of fucking bad shit come about from it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They could do nothing or do something, and it's devastating us either way, honestly. Because gas is just getting more expensive. Hell, everything's getting more expensive. I'm passing on more items. Not, people have talked about it, but I'm doing it now myself. It's like I'll go to the grocery store or the butcher shop or somewhere, and it's like, yeah, no, that's too expensive, like way too expensive. I don't need it that bad. I still got stuff in the freezer I haven't used yet.
There you go.
I'm at that point.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this here real quick because I got to go take a leak. But thanks for all the information, Dave. But then I got something really good in here too. But anyway, as you were saying, continue on. I'm listening. Was you done?
Oh, I was done. Sorry, I thought you were going to play the video.
All right.
Bet you didn't see this. So while the government is busy telling us all about aliens, I thought I would just remind everybody exactly why they're doing that, and also exactly why all the things that are happening in the world right now are happening. It's because emails like this from the Epstein files exist. We're just going to go ahead and read this email together. And I warn you, it's pretty dark. Hi, Rich. Jeffrey is asking if you can FedEx the painting he had made of the Massacre of the Innocents to the ranch. It's the large 9x9 canvas that we had rolled out for him to see in the entryway where they are killing. He wants to use it on the ranch and is hoping you could FedEx it to arrive by Wednesday. Thanks, Sarah. Now, I know many of you are probably immediately thinking, oh, do we know that this is actually real? Like, prove it. Okay. And by the way, this is not a promotion. I don't get anything from this. But thanks to my boys over at Web, I was actually able to deep dive into this and figure out that it absolutely is real and that there's a lot more to it. Let's go ahead and read this breakdown from Web. Yes, this email exists. The document EFTA 005636164 PDF is in the collection and matches your text exactly. It's a single-page email from Sarah Kay to Rich Barnett dated Sunday, July 10th, 2011, requesting that FedEx a 9x9 painting of The Massacre of the Innocents to Epstein's ranch by Wednesday. Interestingly, this is just one piece of a much larger paper trail. The collection contains at least 9 documents related to this painting, tracing its commission and delivery over several months. November 2010, Epstein was exchanging emails with an art intermediary, Mark, about potential purchases of actual Rubens, $45 million, and Caravaggio, $40 million paintings, using a reference to the Rubens Massacre of the Innocents that sold for $72 million in 2002. December 2010, someone, likely Sarah Kay, corresponded with Ocean's Bridge, a company that produces reproduction paintings, ordering an OP Massacre of the Innocents at 9x9, 5 feet for $1,999. February 2011, a follow-up email asked about delivery timing for the same order, shipping to 9 East 71st Street, New York, 10021, which is Epstein's townhouse address. And then, of course, the July 11th situation. So the painting was ordered in December 2010, delivered to Epstein's New York townhouse, and by July 2011, he wanted it shipped to his ranch. The subject line in your version is blank, which matches the document. The original email has no subject line. Phrasing "where they are killed" is a literal and rather blunt description of the painting's biblical subject matter, the biblical massacre of the innocents ordered by King Herod, not an allegation. Just imagine what's in the other 3.5 million files that haven't been released and will probably never be released. And once again, everything that's happening right now, the war in Iran, all the chaos, Thomas Massie being pushed out, all the people who wanted disclosure for the Epstein files being pushed out or being slandered or being called traitors or being called fake MAGA or doomers or whatever, all this alien bullcrap, all of these things. That's all being done because of the Epstein files. All of that is being done because of emails like this in the Epstein files. At least that's what I believe. But hey, I'm just a conspiracy theorist.
Don't undersell yourself, kid.
It's funny, I was going to the butcher shop today, and on my way, I seen somebody with a big ass flag in the yard said, "Release the Epstein files." I almost took a picture for you. This is right along the Mississippi River.
Oh, this little public service message for y'all.
Think marijuana is harmless? Think again. Think marijuana is harmless?
Wow, really? It makes you trip and imagine that you're limboing on the beach. Oh,
Yeah.
I
You
never
think you're
knew.
doing a limbo and you're actually going into a fucking wood chipper. That,
I never had that. Never had that problem, man.
oh, that happens all the time. It's like, oh man. I bet that was that.
Sometimes you turn into eggs.
With a partnership from, oh yeah. I used to see this one. It showed somebody smoking a joint, and they fucking start melting like down into
Oh,
the
yes.
Oh yeah, the girl sitting on the couch.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, man. All I can get is this I can't find my keys weed, man. What the fuck? Maybe if I had some of that melting into the couch weed, I could find my keys, you know?
Well, that's indica.
Do you remember the
in the
pan
couch.
one? The one with the pan? This is your brain.
That's what I was talking about.
This is your brain on drugs.
Sometimes you turn into eggs.
The big one in Boston, me and my friend were watching TV the first time. I remember the day we saw it on TV, and it was the guy, and he's got the cigar box, and he stomps into the kid's room, and he says, is this yours? And he's like, no, I don't know what it is. And he's like, where did you get this? And he goes, I learned it from watching you. Okay, me and my friend, we absolutely lost it because every single time I would see him at school in the morning or he would do something, I would say, I learned it from watching you. It had the complete opposite effect.
I got it out of your nightstand, dude.
Yeah.
They all had the opposite effect.
Reefer Madness was what they used to play in schools. And the only thing I got from that was that, okay, you'll smoke weed, you'll join a jazz group.
Yeah. Well, it ended up in murder.
Yes.
The DARE program was a huge success. They sold lots of T-shirts, though.
Or should I better say, mad? You ever notice that's how they say it in those old movies? I don't think it was an accident. Believe it was.
Dragnet. Even Dragnet started to do that. He was arrested under penal code 50, that kind of crap, and they would do the same thing and like try to pull it down. It's like, yeah, they didn't want you to be a thinker about anything, have a wandering mind, or just pay taxes and go to work, Lowry. What's up, man?
You ever get a sense that we're being had from every position?
Yes,
usually.
100%.
Say it ain't so.
It just I can't get away from it. It's just it's mastery. It's mastery of magicianry.
Look who's running it all too, man. It's Babylonian black magic, which is also part of acting. There's all this acting going on.
Well, have you noticed that when you see the acting, the plaque that is acting, it's the happy face, sad face
personas
together, and
tragedy and comedy.
I mean, if you do boil it down, really, to like its very basic thing, and I always go back. I know we've talked about it a lot. Sav was Cain and Abel. It's just like you're either a liar or you aren't, and you can't change your fundamental position because that's how it works. You just always lie. And that's in your nature, and it never stops. But we expect it from our side. We expect that someone would come to their truth, but they don't because it's not in their inherent nature to do truth. And to me, that's this whole thing of like it feels like.
Well, it comes right down to this, though, Lowry. Who's running DC right now? Jews. Who's running Hollywood right now? Jews.
Yeah.
Now, those two things you brought up, the tragedy and comedy, the two masks, okay, those in Greek times, those were masks that you used in theater, okay, and they're called a persona. Those actual masks are called a persona. This is where we get the word personality. Personality, this is the mask that we put on for our performance on the stage. You understand? All the world's a stage. We're just players on it.
So that when you work your way through that,
but who directs the play? Who directs the play? It's a Steinbergowitz. Okay, it's a Steinbergowitz production from beginning to end. That's where we're at with this. This is what I'm realizing.
And I'm finding it very fascinating because, like, honestly, it's like you couldn't have it any other way. If you look at the yin and yang, you're like, oh, you want to have an experience? Well, then you're going to have to deal with people that do lie, and they believe that's the truth. They believe it's the truth, even if it's a lie. So it comes back to what is true and good. I mean, that's Christianity. That in that aspect is what is truth. What I would like to follow truth. There is a whole body of people that don't care about truth. They don't even know what that is. They just know to do this thing because it reinforces their life pattern. It's just like night and day. I mean, that's the dichotomy of what we're looking at here. And you can't convince somebody who's never known truth and good to follow that. You can never convince them of that. They're just that person.
Hey,
So-
Fuzzy Booger, that was Operation Hard Hat.
Oh, you don't forget Harvey Weinstein. He's one of the best producers in Hollywood.
Not anymore.
Oh no, yeah, he was.
But no, what I'm looking at, okay, you look at any production, who directs it, who produces it. Okay, we've got the same thing going on. That is what your reality is right now, is a production that is being directed and produced by the same fucking people. Okay, that's what we're actually going through. So, like, here's more proof of it. You've seen Lowry, the guy recently he was on the news and he was supposed to be the CENTCOM commander, but it was obviously a guy wearing a fucking mask, right?
We saw the little thing down here.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little more to who that guy is, the guy that was in the mask. Check this out.
When I said Vladimir Zelensky has a body double, because he does, you could see it. He was on TV. There he was peeking around the corner. That's his body double. It was an international incident. These people in the UK, these news channels, they had this big jumbotron. They rolled it out. It was touchscreen. They were linking all of my tweets, showing what an anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist I was, trying to debunk the fact that Vladimir Zelensky had a body double, because these people were panicking, because I was telling the world they're all actors.
Yes, Fraser, this week Stu Peters, the American far-right influencer and TV host, has published no less than 3 misleading pieces of information surrounding the war in Ukraine. One of them, published just 2 days ago, shows Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and US President Joe Biden climbing the stairs together in Kyiv's Mariinsky Palace. Now, in the video attached to these tweets, we can see a man resembling Volodymyr Zelensky appear, follow the two, and then suddenly stop.
It's all fake. The world is a stage. When I said that they were actors, I meant that literally. I wasn't being figurative. I wasn't being hyperbolic. I was saying these people that eat kids, traffic kids, rape kids, murder people, bomb countries, these extortionists, they are actors. It's not a legitimate governing body. It is a crime syndicate filled with murdering pedophile actors. That's who these people are. They swap each other out. They replace each other. They get killed. They get murked. They get replaced. These people, they're actors. They're wearing fucking masks on Fox News. Just watch these people. They all seem to have these deeply sunken eyes. That's why they're all wearing skin suits. They're wearing masks. They're swapping these people out. They're killing people. They're dragging, they're burying them. They're actors. They're wearing fucking masks on the Fox News channel.
So, Sav, you have to like walk your way through this. Honestly, it's like, are they doing it on purpose?
I know, right?
It feels like they're making it obvious. So who's making it obvious that the adversary is faking it? And why does that matter? I mean, that's what I'm working through, because they obviously, that Artemis bullshit was just fake. And they made it fake on purpose.
That guy,
that's where I'm at. I'm like, are they trying to show the lesser of the seers that this is fucked up? Or
well, the guy that was wearing the mask, his name is Robert Harward. He's a member of the Iran Policy Project at JINSA, Jewish Institute for National Security of America, a pro-Israel lobby think tank outfit that exists to get the U.S. military to fight Israel's enemies.
I can't see this anymore as like a test. Like each one of these things is a test to see what it takes to, do we go further the next test? Do we go, when's the big one? And then the big one.
Artemis was so obvious.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's all a test to see how much they can get away with.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's like there's controlled opposition for controlled opposition. How many times can you do controlled opposition? How many bounce backs and forth? Can you do 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them until like the average person can't understand actually what's going on? Because you could do that. You could fake both sides and control both sides in 3 or 4 bounces all the way down to where people would just lose track of what the narrative was to begin with. To me, when I look at Artemis first, all the stuff that's going on in Iran, everything else, it feels like they're trying to show us something.
Well, is it that, or are we just not blind to it anymore? Are we more aware? Are we seeing through the veil?
It's weird like that, right? It's like okay, it could be that, it could be any number of things, but like most of the people that, or at least in the people that we talk to, we saw that shit in 30 seconds. And so we're like, it must be on purpose to show people who aren't used to seeing that for some reason. And then you have to bounce back and say, like, okay, so what does that mean to the controlled opposition over here? And is there another bounce back over here? This is the dichotomy of controlling people's minds, getting them trapped in the loop, right? Yeah. How far down does this, like, how does it go? That's how weird it is, dude.
There's six of what's up, Roger?
I said everybody's looking for stuff now. That's the whole point.
Well, there's six of us here, right? Let's brainstorm. Let's backtrack here for a little bit. I think most of us would say not a real event, but COVID was a pretty big thing, right? What happened prior to COVID? Think of some things that happened prior to COVID. What was a test before that became like a really big event? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think all these other things are just little things to see how far they can get away with until they pop off with something even bigger the next time. So there was Agenda 21, right? I think that's what it was called.
Which got moved up to Agenda 2030. They changed history and they made it.
No, I mean, where they kind of rehearsed the COVID before they did it. They did that.
Oh, that was 201.
Years and months in advance, and people knew about it, but nobody really thought anything of it until it actually happened. And then years later, it's like, oh yeah, they ran that little event prior to that.
Yeah, they practiced for it. We had
yeah, but it just buzzed over most people, until later on, until they actually tried it.
Like the guys that got sick on the last cruises, they had people going with hazmat suits, but there were people, like officials, wearing just their regular uniforms with them there. Like, why aren't they in quarantine suits? Why are they dressed in their civic or their regular EMT outfits instead?
Roger, they ran the Ebola thing with the whole Dallas airport thing. You remember when they did that, when they brought those people back to the Dallas airport from over?
And Roger, you make a good point, Roger. Like every single time one of these, I just call them psyops because I think they're all psyops, is they have to put some sort of thing in the picture to show off something, whether it's the mask or whether it's something. There is some sort of thing that's involved in the psyop that they have to show truth in it. The mask being one of them. You can count them off. Like there's so many tells in every single one of these, and then you have to ask yourself the questions like, why are they showing this to us? And then you have to ask yourself the real good question, which is like, if they're showing us this, is it a facade? Is it just backwards and forwards dichotomy tricks back and forth until you can't keep track of it anymore?
And like, think about it like this though, Lowry. Like if you're making a production, right, and you have certain cameras on certain things, when you do that news clip and you show just the guy in the hazmat suit entering the quarantine area, the rest of the people that are around them, they don't show them in those news clips. So they're only going so far with it. If this was really a pandemic and everybody, they would evacuate the whole thing. They would have cleaned the place, sterilized it, taken the people into critical care or whatever, ICU, and they would treat them. But no, they have to make a production out of it.
Well, I mean, as you see the course of how the psyops work, I mean, a lot of us in here, we know this stuff. I don't have to explain it to a lot of you guys, but like they've applied the same formula over the course of years, and now we're starting to see it. So like what we're really trying to do is trying to figure out, okay, we've got one side that is one narrative that's everyone's following, which the rest of the call them NPCs or whatever following, and then the rest of us that can see it, and then they have a counter narrative, which is aside from that, and then there's a triple counter narrative. And how far down does that go? And that's what I'm trying to figure out, because they're clearly something in this thing is telling us we're fucking with you. We're fucking with you and we want you to see it. Now, I asked my question myself to that. I'm like, okay, why are you telling me your tricks? Why are you giving up your side of the tricks as a trap for one more trick? That's where I'm at, because it's so obvious. It's so obvious what they're doing. They're trying to tell people that we're fucking with you.
Saw played a pretty good thing last night with the whole Katy Perry and the MTV thing, where they show her coming down as an astronaut. You know, and who did Blue Origin all these years later? Oh my gosh, that's Katy Perry.
It's
weird how
foreshadowing.
they play the long game, you know, but it's wild. And then you got the astronaut man is the award that they give away, the Moon Man or whatever they call it.
Well,
So they
I
foreshadowed it.
fucking weird people.
Yeah.
Come up here sometimes.
Well, you know,
how
like,
we get some really weird people that come up on our show here.
All right, I'll leave. Sav, it's cool.
I know. Should I leave too?
No, this guy, he's all the time. He's got this Kenny Ko guy. I'll show you here in a couple of minutes. He's always like, here's a transvestite comes on, or some Israeli from Israel, and he shows them a Nazi flag, and they freak out and shit.
oh
you
yeah,
know?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, there's one here. I'll show it in a little bit. It's him with a fucking transvestite comes on. I'm like, come on, man. Let me get back over to my side here.
Sorry, I was having a tough time with this microphone. Can y'all hear me okay?
You're low. Very muffled.
It's low. Okay.
Like you're talking through a pillow.
Sounds like it's in a pillowcase or
Yeah,
something.
my bad. Something happened with my headphones last night.
Oh,
So
man.
I'll try to stay close to the mic. But yeah, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt.
So here's pay attention to this real careful. Take notes.
Here's the whole game from somebody who has done it. You get the certified copies of the charging instruments from the clerk of court in the court that you are called to, that you are summoned to. Certified copies of the charging instruments. Boom. That's evidence that they have no jurisdiction in the first place. Then you file a claim on their insurance through the risk management department of that same municipality. Then you open a collateral action in a federal venue for a constitutional rights violation, deprivation of due process. There you go.
How to hold a traffic ticket, yeah.
It's language wars, right?
Yeah,
it's always language wars every single time.
Every time. Every time.
Legalese.
Yeah, it's legalese, it's words. Anytime you speak something out into the atmosphere, you're manifesting something that you wish to have forward into your life. In other words, oh, we want goodness in our life. You wish you speak it forward into that. The legal system has managed to basically, I guess the best way I describe it was just to rape you in prison in language. That's what they do. They just like language is what it is. So like, okay, well, you have to speak forward your thought and it manifests that back into them.
Well, you have to understand the meanings between legal definitions of words as opposed to what we use them in dog English.
Indeed.
As opposed to actual in legalese, if you will.
I mean, if you've ever thought about it, Sav, actually, like if you start talking about a subject, no matter what subject it is, if you talk about it and you mean it in a heartfelt way, and you're talking about it, you move it forward, it expands beyond not just you, but people that are talking to you with it. And then that goes, there's a little biblical aspect to that. Every time you pray in 3 times, it's powerful. Well, there's just manifesting that you can do by talking about good stuff. Talk about good stuff and move that forward. And frankly, like most of the trolls just run and hide. They hide under rocks. Like if you just say stuff that means something and you have meaning behind it, they run like little children or worse, trolls under a bridge. I mean, words.
I got a question for you right quick.
Yeah.
Did you get your ears lowered?
Did I get what?
Your ears lowered.
Why? Because I'm a little deaf. I've been in rock bands for a lot of years.
No.
He's asking if you got a fucking haircut.
Yeah.
No, wait, hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh no, he's got hair still. Damn it.
How is that better?
Yeah, now we recognize you.
All right. I've got a lot of hair going on right now. But like, is that better, Roger?
Yeah.
You
look
cool
like
with
a
that? Oh, I've seen this. This is good. This is great.
The patriotism has changed. what it means to be a patriot. This dude cracks my ass up, man.
This is a deceptive world. You got to be on the lookout, because if we're not careful, the U.S. could become an occupied nation. I mean, could you imagine if the Russians took over the U.S. or Muslims or some of them little Chinese fellas? I'm telling you, it could happen and people wouldn't even see it. I'm glad to see patriotism on the rise. I'm getting my 4th of July playlist ready. Do you know what Israel's national anthem is called? Isn't it just Israel's national anthem? Oh, yeah. Here it is. Ooh, it's time for Fox News. He's an anti-Semite. He's a dog. What'd he do? He barked at my flag. I got to call someone. No new wars. This is something different, my guy. Rapture, end times. Prophecies are unfolding. Yeah, hi. Do you have room at your shelter? Okay, yeah, I'd like to turn in my dog. No, he didn't bite anyone. He did something worse. Do you euthanize? Well, can you? This Bible sucks. Do you have a Schofield reference Bible? Thank you. This one is much better. Wow, this is beautiful. We could use a data center here. End times are near. Did you hear Trump's approval ratings at 99%? Where? In Israel. Proves he's doing a great job for America. I love the new direction TPUSA is going in. If Charlie Kirk was alive, I guarantee he'd be for war with Iran, and he'd be against Thomas Massey, his favorite congressman. And he wouldn't be friends with his friends Candace and Tucker. And he would have went back to pro-Israel causes that he turned his back on. To think he'd have the same views that he had when he was alive is totally naive. Right? No, he's delivering on all his campaign promises. And I think the swamp is fully drained.
Let me read this to you. We firmly reject the false and dangerous narrative that criticism of Zionism constitutes anti-Semitism. Anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. Judaism and Zionism are not synonymous.
That's anti-Semitic. Who wrote that? The Jewish rabbi. You got yourself an anti-Semite right there.
The rabbi also said Zionism is antithetical to Judaism.
The Jew hate Israel. The Jew hate Israel. The Jew hate Israel? Ooh, roasted him. Laura Loomer is quite an intellectual. Of course, Thomas Massey lost. And let this be a lesson on what happens when you're disloyal to Trump. I love being loyal to a person above all else. Like, is there anything more important to be loyal to? Keep that to use as rag. I need it.
What do you think about people that don't want to send foreign aid to Israel?
Oh, that's not pro-America. That's certainly not America first.
How is continuing to send $13 billion every year to Israel America first?
Because that money is in America first, and then it goes to Israel second. So by definition, it's America first. It's good to be a patriot.
Oh, man.
Hey there, my friend. Let me ask.
I'm really surprised that he's still alive, frankly. I mean, like that shit's sharp. It's sharp.
It is good.
And you look at this, like, I read Sun Tzu again just a couple weeks ago, and understanding your enemy. In other words, you have to know who your enemy is before you actually know what you're engaged in. And that was the big thing of the Schofield Bible, right? So, like, if you can tweak the Bible just a little bit, and get a bunch of people to believe that it's actually Judea, and then you do it over the course of generations, then you've got a real problem on your hands, because you have an indoctrination problem with people that are trying to.
Everything is indoctrination. Everything,
all of it.
I mean, it doesn't matter what it is; it's all indoctrination. Because let's even go right down to the root thing: the government. What is that?
Govern the mind.
It exists in your belief.
Yeah. And so you run into like again, this goes back all the way to Janet Osbard, who just tried to describe what actually was occurring, which was like you had people hiding within populaces. They were being false about who they really were, just to take advantage of Silk Road stuff. I mean, this old stuff, Sav. I mean, you know this stuff. Like you've got people that hide within populations to behave like they think they are. Go ahead.
Did you see this thing they put out? It's called Plantation Simulator.
Yeah, apparently this is racist, right? Because I saw this today, actually.
Yeah, it says gamers whip black slaves, sparks outrage. What started as a cute farming game is literally a slavery simulator. The developer writes, if you whip your black worker too much, he will die. On Steam, 91% of the reviews are positive.
Huh?
So there's a lot of people like this game. Here's a little thing of how it works.
I've never owned any slaves, Sav. I have no idea how to relate to this.
Well, if you got good at this game, then you could.
So who's the slave owner?
Colonel Sanders, it looks like.
You are. You're simulating that you're a slave owner on a plantation, and you have to try to make a bunch of money.
Does anyone listen to this podcast? Are any of you ever slave owners? Anybody out there in the chat? Are you slave owners?
Don't think they.
I can't disclose that because it's legal.
I was going to say, wait one cotton picking minute. They actually have a plantation game. Nice.
Yes, they do. And apparently it's a lot of people playing it. That was the first I heard about it. I'm sure now there will be a lot of people playing it because somebody complained about it. See,
people will just go and play it just to leave a comment.
Yeah.
So what's your take on it then? The person that made the video game, are they of the slave owner disposition that designed it, or is it just
I don't
a
know.
joke?
I don't have those kind of details, Lowry. I really don't. I don't.
I just got a news flash though, guys. Israel landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
put a picture in there. Prove
Come
it.
on, man. Can't believe that people even think that shit.
Well, isn't really the discussion really is like understanding like how a psyop unfolds? And they use the same thing every time, right? So like they get you to believe a certain thing, then they have a counter narrative, and then no matter what, because you're paying attention to it, then you're stuck in it. As opposed to like we use screens. People in this community use screens just to dig up data. That's what we do. We don't use it as entertainment per se. We use it as I'm trying to find out, is this really true? And usually all of us find out that it's just complete bullshit. But like the psyop happens in the moment. Sav and we've talked about this before. Marcus Aurelius, all we have is the moment, and you fake them out in the moment, preempt their thought just before the moment, and then as the future rolls on, you lie about the past. And they fuck with you over and over and over again with that in the present forever, and that's the thing that I've been trying to like scream from mountaintops. It's like, look, dude, it's just a psyop over and over again. Every single story is a psyop. It's just a story. And as long as they can do that, as long as we still talk about it, we should talk about it because we want to get to the bottom of it. But really, every single thing is a narrative coming from what I would describe to you, what we've talked about is the Cain and Abel aspect. Was like he lies all the time. He only lies. He doesn't know anything else but to lie. And there's the other side, which considers the truth, which I consider everyone that comes on this podcast and everything else. We follow truth, what is true and good. They don't. They just lie. And they don't lie because they're trying to do anything else other than that's the only thing they know how to do is lie. There's nothing else to it.
It's manipulative.
They
just
lie.
Just like that game is manipulative.
Exactly.
Think about it that way. You create a game that causes an upheaval of people saying, "Look at this disgusting game," so that you can get people to talk about it, or you can point to it and say, "Look at these people."
And they will never change, ever. It will never ever be.
That's how come they're able to run the same fucking bullshit on people, and it works over and over and over again.
Yeah,
because they fall for the same fucking thing. It's like the cat won't ever not try to get the laser dot. Okay,
Never stop. It will never stop trying to chase the laser ever. That's what it is. That's the very razor sharp part of the yin and the yang. Can enable everything else is they lie because they don't know anything else. And we're trying to sort it out from a position of truth. True, I say true and good north. What is true north? What actually makes sense objectively? They don't do that. They don't know how to do it, and they never will. So how do you manage that? How do you actually manage that moving forward, other than just laugh about it? Oh my God, you don't know how to tell the truth because you never knew how to tell the truth, ever.
Yeah, like Saab's cat analogy. Think about that for a minute. I mean, how many times is that cat going to keep going for it, right? Because it's not as cognitive as you are. You can't you can figure out where the light's coming from, and it's not a real substance. The way they have you trained with media and TV, and it's going to get worse now, TikTok and the rest of the stuff. People have really short-term memories.
They are like flies to Scheisse.
Yeah. It's going to be so easy, but I mean, in a morally bankrupt society like what we have now, lying is the norm. And I've talked to normies and like, well, if you show up and meet somebody, no matter what the conversation is about, they think you're truthful or honest because you actually showed up to a meeting or something like that. That's the way they look at life. And no matter what is said in the process, or anything, you could lie about everything at the conference, but as long as you showed up there, they think you're an honest person to a point. You're trustworthy. I don't know
Roger, how they're gonna, how they did the 1913 and 1914 quote unquote vote to pass the Social Security and use this as collateral kind of thing. How they're gonna revamp that and do that for the next to pay. So we're going to be pledged again, put it that way, toward the national debt. And I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but I don't know if people are ready for that kind of.
I would really like to know ahead.
Well, then why aren't you stopping it?
Well, no. I mean, I'll keep on. I don't think a lot of people get interested in that kind of stuff like I do. But So the new medical health care 4.0 system, right, is going to be through the wireless connection. How they're going to, we're kind of already tethered, like our energetic essence and measurement can be, tethered in certain ways to certain, let's say the beginning stages of the healthcare system. Well, anyway, so yeah, as long as they got your blood or your DNA, there's something called digital eugenics, and I think with the whole monetary system, is going to be based on energy rather than valuable goods. And I'm pretty sure that I've seen enough.
Yeah, well, that's kind of already
to believe
it works with maritime law, like the way they sell your basically your essence, like your work. They put that up on the stock market, right? So how much work you can put in, how much man hours you can put in, that's what they consider your collateral.
And so now the new blockchain system is you're basically going to be put up there with everything else, right? And then they use that credit score to judge, if they want to use you for their project or work, get something done. But yeah, the way they're going to, they're going to make it look like a good thing that, we're going to be involved with trying to, merge and purge this new monetary system. digital,
it's going to be digital.
digital age.
Yeah.
But RG too, like it's really important, and like, I think this is really important to talk about. Is that if you don't oblige to that agreement, you're never involved in it to begin with. Like you can walk away from it.
Yeah,
walk
all
away.
contracts are voluntary.
Yeah.
You got to walk away from it, and then
Well,
there's
then-
no anything anymore. There's just nothing.
Well, Lowry, with the 14th Amendment, you are already signed up for that when you're born.
You can get out of that.
You can walk away from it, but I'm just making a conscious effort to just not agree to any of this nonsense. I mean, just
Well,
don't
I
agree.
think we're able to walk away from it now. And I don't mean to sound like a, scary kind of woo. I think that if you're tied in through your nervous system, basically,
I don't think that.
your
I think
algorithm,
it's a long
it's
time
then,
before they're
then
going to have
if you
your
owe
nerve.
some,
RG, it's going to be
Go
a
ahead.
long time before they can have people's nervous system tied into a monetary system. It's there's
well, I mean, it's
theories,
already
they
tied
have
into-
ideas.
I would tend to agree with that, and I would say that, like, just if you just choose to not agree with their system, they just get pissed. They just get mad because
That's
you just voluntarily say, no thanks. And like, really, that means
right,
that
until
goes
they
across
shove you into a
everything.
15-minute city.
It goes across
until-
everything, RG. It goes across everything. Whether if you're paying a little extra tax on your, whatever you're paying for your property tax or whatever. If you just reduce the amount of agreement that you have with these fuckers, then it just goes away, and they just walk away. It's like demiurges; they can't suck any energy out of you anymore. They just go elsewhere. And that's the thing that I've been trying to talk to everybody about. It's like, just don't agree to it. Just fucking walk away.
And I think you're right now. I think but it is quickly headed toward that part where if you do say no, there might be, physical.
I don't think it's going quick enough for
consequences.
it to come.
It's not going to go quick enough. And like, frankly, like everybody here is protected because we're talking truth. And I think anytime you're talking truth, you're protected. So just keep speaking.
You give them
truth.
way too much credit than they deserve, RG.
Well, I do, but you know,
Listen, I'm not saying they or them. I'm not trying to give anybody credit. I'm just saying.
I know,
what
but
I've
you
learned.
believe a lot of this tech nonsense that's just even just barely pioneered.
It's
You know,
backed up
and
by
think they're
paperwork.
gonna,
I mean,
they
it's backed
got
up
it
by
going
things
on,
that I've
and they
researched.
don't. You don't take into account how long it takes to develop that and integrate it into something.
If you're
Well,
honest,
that's what
you
I'm
are
saying.
protected.
It's already in place. Yeah, you guys. I'm just.
They
trying
don't
to tell
have
you
any
what-
way. They don't have any way to fucking tie your nervous system into the goddamn money.
And RG,
And
you're
if I
already.
brought-
I've talked to you for a
Hold
lot
on.
of years,
If I
RG.
brought paperwork and I brought what I've studied, would y'all consider it?
No, it's cool, but I'm like, RG, like, dude, you've always been truthful. When you're being truthful, you are protected. So just fucking
Oh,
don't
that's-
worry
that's
about
what's
this shit.
No, I'm
Don't
not
worry about
worried.
it.
I'm not worried. I'm just. I think other people might though. I'm not going to be here long enough, bro, for this whole thing to come to fruition.
Don't put a
like,
time
full-
scale on it. Just like,
you know?
be. You've always been truthful. Just fucking hang in there, dude. It's like, there's
hanging,
nothing
I'm
in this. It matters. Like, if you're true, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
And that was that.
I was trying to segue kind of into that though about your blood type.
Your blood type is the reason you've been hunted since birth. Not because you're weak, but because you can't be programmed. They didn't track your blood to keep you safe. They tracked it because your origin threatened the system. Because some of you carry codes this realm was never meant to hold. If you were born with type O, you weren't made for silence. You were made to feel everything. Your empathy isn't weakness, it's a weapon. You walk into rooms and demons flinch. You didn't learn how to read energy. You are energy. They tried to drug you, distract you, drain you, but your nervous system refused to shut down because you weren't built to follow. You were built to detect lies in real time, and that's why they feared you since birth. If your blood is type A, you weren't raised. You were downloaded, star-coded, soft-spoken. But beneath that quiet was ancient flame. You came into this world remembering blueprints you were never taught. You didn't belong in this timeline because your souls still sink to the Pleiades. They called you too emotional, too sensitive, too abstract, but you weren't confused. You were channeling truths older than this language. If you carry type B, you didn't fit into their systems because you were born to heal what they hide. Your calm unnerves the chaotic. You see pain before it speaks. They said you were too passive, too soft, too weird. But your silence was never emptiness. It was medicine. And they hated that you wouldn't play the game, because your peace dismantled their control. If your blood is AB, you live in two worlds at once, too deep for the surface, too bright for the dark. You speak paradox without flinching. You hold contradiction like a sword. They never knew where to place you, so they tried to fracture you. But you weren't meant to choose a side. You were born to bridge dimensions and bring fire back from both. And if you're rate negative, they've been watching you your whole life. The doctors, the scientists, the gatekeepers, because you break the code. You don't fit the grid. Your blood resists their rituals. You question everything. You remember too much. You weren't made from this world. You were placed here. And no matter what they try, you won't kneel. You weren't born into this world to be liked. You were born to be remembered. Your blood carries the whispers of a war long buried. And you are the activation sequence. Comment your blood type and follow for more. The full video breaks every code they tried to bury. It's time to remember who you are.
Isn't that a long story, Sav? Blood.
Mine's red.
Tastes metallic.
It's a long story, and like people, they don't put any, I guess, preciousness on the thing that actually activates their body and walks them around, which is like the very thing, iron, platelets, everything else that runs through your body. Nobody even thinks about it. Nobody thinks about it, but it's part of you, and that's how you were made. And then you ask most people, they don't have any idea about that stuff. I mean, 2020 should have woken up a lot more people because somebody was trying to get inside of their blood on a mass scale, you know. And I haven't touched my blood since high school. I had to take a shot in high school, and it made me sick as fuck, and I hated it. That's the last time I did any one of these those things, right? So like your blood is maybe the most important thing of you walking around this place.
Of course it is. It's for life, man.
And it's important, and it has something to do with you. I don't know what it is. I don't pretend to understand what it is, but like I'm just gonna say this: I haven't been sick in 40 years.
Yeah, there you go, Sue. Comment your blood type so they can collect more info.
Yeah. Be careful with that.
Sponsored by 23andMe.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Here's that thing I was talking about earlier.
So I'm kind of confused. Like, do you have a mental illness, or like what causes you to want to do this?
No mental illness. Runs so I have to vote my coin.
Would you say because you're a dude, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you identify as?
Stupid.
Whatever you want to be.
I mean, you're a Jewish science experiment, essentially.
I'm not Jewish.
Well, I know you're not Jewish because the Jews wouldn't do that, but they created you as a science experiment.
You sound fucking crazy.
Oh, I sound crazy when you're the dude dressing up like a girl. So,
oh, irony. Hello. Irony on line one. Oh my God.
Oh. The ultimate question is like what is a man, what is a woman, right? And so you're like, you go through all these things and you're like, it's bro, we reproduce together as that were, and then maybe you have a good marriage or you have a shitty marriage, you get divorced, and maybe you come back together. You have a lot of things that happen in this whole thing, but like you have a hole and I have a thing that goes in a hole. And that's pretty much the dichotomy of the whole fucking thing. And they inverted that fucking shit.
Well,
turned it into a story that's stupid.
Yeah, both of those things have a purpose in reproduction, though. That's the whole point.
Well, that's the whole thing, too, is that we're man and woman, we're co-creators with God. That's how that fucking shit works. It's two sides of one coin. You understand? It's the negative and the positive. It's the duality combined. And
so
that,
if you're gonna fuck with natural law, you spin it and make it upside down. You invert it.
well,
right?
what makes you want to fuck with it in the first place? There's where it's wackadoodle.
Insecurity solve. A giant batch of
Well,
insecurity.
it goes right into this too, and I think that there's more metaphorically to the tree that they weren't supposed to eat of, right?
Right.
People say, oh, they just wanted to keep them ignorant and shit. No, I don't think that's the case. I think it was sort of like, I got this. It's working fine. Don't fuck with it. You don't need to know how it goddamn works. It works. I made it work. Okay. And then what happens is, as soon as they get in there, they've got the wisdom to get, or they've got the intelligence to get in there, to the DNA, to this, to that, and the other. But they don't have the fucking wisdom to not fuck with it. That's the problem. So intelligence without wisdom is disastrous. You understand? And these people don't have that wisdom, because as soon as they get in there, and it's one thing to take a clock apart and look at it to see how it works and everything. It's another thing to try to rearrange the parts and shit and expect to get the clock to work right. You don't dick with how it's made. This is just how it's fucking made. Leave it that way. God made it that way. You trying to do or improve somehow on what the creator did is kind of, in a way, blasphemy in my
I would say, I would actually speak to it more even clearly in that it's like, it was so simple. Everything was so simple, and that we made it complex, because that's the nature of a human being, is to make something very simple.
No,
complex.
that's the nature of a wizard. That's the nature of a wizard, is to make it too complex for the ordinary man to understand, when everything is just as
To
you
twist
said,
it up,
very,
to
very
twist it up
fucking-
and make it fuck off.
Right.
So
that's
Tom,
not
I'm gonna
human nature to do that.
Yeah, if I go out and rewire
I'm
my
not a
car
wizard.
backwards
I
and change all the
figured it out.
polarities and everything and turn it over, do you think it's going to start up and run?
Yeah, well, I mean that even more so than that, it's like how do you twist up something that's perfect? That's what's happening.
Yeah.
How do you twist up
Right.
something that's perfect? You
Larry,
make
do you know about some of the most latest things they're doing with this COVID being an interface, like a technological interface for their things they want to merge you with, like how everything's almost synthetic now, like
I don't make an
microplastics and the shit
agreement
they
with
spray.
it, RG. I don't make an agreement
What's
with
that?
it. And that's the point. Don't make an agreement with it and it's over overnight. It's done in a matter of hours if you don't make an agreement with it. And I know what you're talking about. You're saying I'm just saying just stop the agreement with it. The minute you agree with this
what do you mean?
nonsense, it's just done. It's over. It's over in 24 hours, maybe less.
Oh, for me, yeah, sure. I never got injected with anything. I'm just saying the people that did, and the stuff that they're doing, as far as tests and trying to merge certain things. So, I mean, we all know about it, I'm sure, in some
Well, the
capacity.
transhumanist agenda, you can say it like that in a lot shorter amount of
Yeah,
time.
and RG, you can impart that to people who like just don't agree with it. Just
Oh, I
walk
don't.
away.
I don't agree.
Walk away because
I'd never agree to that.
it's nonsense. I mean, like I can't believe that people fell into it to begin with. And I guess there are people that are not really based spiritually.
Yeah, and now
I guess.
they're rolling in this other, like there's some other form of the same thing, I guess.
But it worked the first
that
time. Why
air is
not try it
dangerous,
again?
but we know it's not. But the people that I don't know. I just hope people learn from this last go round.
Don't become a transhuman.
Thank God.
There you go. Okay.
Don't become a
So,
transhuman.
I mean,
if you
it
don't
really
become a transhuman, you have very little to worry about in that department.
Wouldn't you agree? And I don't know. I'm just saying this. This is my opinion. That like if you can carve off people's position in their life from a soul standpoint, you can carve it off enough and round it off enough. You can get them to do anything you want. you carve off their positions on everything, whether they believe in the one thing or another. You just round it. You keep rounding it down until they can't make their own fucking decision for themselves.
Just make sure you change your training fluid from time to time.
You don't even have to do that. All you have to do is train them from a young age to accept information based on authoritative perception. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what school does. Okay. So somebody like the CDC says, or the government says, or this person says, or this expert says, or scientists agree, you take it without question because you're already trained to accept information from an authoritative source,
which is appeal to authority fallacy. And then what you really have is the temple is you. The temple is what you're walking around in. That's really what it ever was.
Right.
And the temple, if that's you and you're allowed it to get fucked with, then it's on you to challenge that and walk it back. You own your own body. You are walking around. You can control your fingers. You can play guitar. That's what I do. You can do engineering. You can fix things. Use your fingers. There you go. Anyway, that was a rant. Sorry. Go ahead.
What if I told you Trump might not be an idiot, not a clown, not even reckless, but the only guy in the room who already knows how this ends? And by the end of this, you might start seeing it too. Look at what he's doing. Fighting Iran, pushing NATO, picking fights with everyone. Canada, Mexico, Europe. It looks messy. It looks stupid. Like everything's falling apart, right? Good, because that's exactly how it's supposed to look. Right now, the entire world runs on Middle East oil. Japan, around 75%. India, about 60%. China, nearly half. Europe, deep in it. And most of that oil moves through one place, the Strait of Hormuz. And yeah, this isn't small. Around 20% of the world's oil flows through that one choke point. So think about this. What happens if that just stops? No warning, no backup, just gone. Prices spike, markets panic, supply chains start snapping. Countries don't just struggle, they start making desperate decisions. But here's what most people miss. Oil isn't rare, it's just controlled. The biggest reserves? Venezuela, Canada, the United States. So now think carefully. If the Middle East goes dark, where does the entire world turn? North America. And that's where it gets uncomfortable. Because who's holding US debt? China, Japan, Europe. The same countries that would suddenly need American energy just to keep running. So what do? Walk away from the dollar and lose access to energy, or stay locked in because they have no choice. And now here's the part nobody talks about. What if looking chaotic, what if looking like a clown is exactly what keeps everyone distracted? What if losing the war is how you win control? So tell me, is he just a buffoon, or are we watching the setup of the biggest economic trap ever played? Wait, what if this was the plan all along?
No, I don't buy that. I'll tell you why. Because the strait is not closed, per se. Mm-hmm. Okay? As long as they pay the tariffs and that they're not selling it to the United States, they're allowed to go through.
All of these cats are talking to each other constantly.
Yeah, they lie. And the thing is because they have said absolutely Israel will never be allowed to bring a fucking tanker through at all, ever. Iran already said that.
I mean, if you think about it, the US, doesn't it come back, Sav, to like the old one, which is like the thing that we talk about usually, which is there's a certain agreement on the shore around us that they all agree on, but yet they don't agree on regional conflicts. They only agree on the one that goes around the outside. So, like, do you remember that old movie Spies Like Us?
It was Chevy Chase.
And they're like, behind closed doors, they're all just doing a thing, but in the public record, they're telling everybody, "Oh, we hate each other, but not Antarctica, because penguins." You know, it's just that they're just hiding, and they're like, "We could just do this for a hot minute, and just let them do all these things over here, but like, just they can't go to Antarctica, they can't do that." You know, that's just what they do. It's just what they do.
Well, with this thing, it's a distraction with Trump and Iran and all the oil and stuff, I think. But the one thing that's going on is what Jordan, all these smaller countries around Israel are being overrun by Israel.
Lebanon.
Yeah. I know.
You'll get it one of these days.
They're all being taken over. They're playing more than one hand right now. Israel is.
I mean, just put yourself in their position. If they wanted to control a central landmass, they just say that we're at war with each other, even though we aren't. And they say it, and it goes out to TVs, and people think they're at war. They would just say that, you know. But like when it comes to Antarctica, no, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about Antarctica. I mean, that should be something that should strike everyone.
God.
Just turn into Joe Biden.
Most people are just reactionary. They're not actionable. They don't go in quest of information. They get information placed in front of them. You see, this goes right back to, and this is where another aspect of how this is done to people. I've said it before. It goes right back to that question I asked. If you had never been told that Earth was a globe, what would make you lean in the direction of thinking such a thing?
You would never.
Of course not.
Never.
Of course not. But and the whole thing is that everybody concretely, most people in the normies, they most concretely believe this. They 100% believe that that's what it is, and to the point where they'll mock you for knowing that it isn't. You see? And this is how concrete that is. And where did they get the notion? Did they come to that on their own? No. They were being trained to take information from an authoritative source, or what you perceive to be an authoritative source, and accept it blindly because of that source. So as you go through 12 years of that shit, when you come back out, that's all you'll accept information from, is what you perceive as an authoritative source. You've given away your critical thinking. You've given away your deductive reasoning skills in lieu of receiving what to think from a quote unquote authoritative source. This is why everybody says, "Oh, that's just Google." That's Google. I'm like, you dumb fuck, have you ever thought about this? I don't care what Google says. Where's the goddamn actual demonstrative proof? Where can you get that at? You don't have it. You just ask it a question, it gives you the stock fucking answer. You go, "I'm smart because I asked Google."
You know, it's really important. What's really important about it, to talk about it, like in its essence, really is that there's a shore around us, and we don't know what's outside the shore.
Real quick, Sob, can you put the StreamYard link in chat real quick?
Yeah,
we
don't.
It is on just for somebody who wants to come up. So
if you have a notion that most people don't leave their hometowns. They just don't. They've lived in the same town they've lived in their whole lives. They might go on vacation down to Mexico and hang out on the beach for a hot minute, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I'm a world traveler. I'm a world traveler." You know, they might go through that, but most people don't ever leave their hometowns. And then you realize that there are vast amounts of oceans out there that just we trust our cartography, as it were. And
why?
You look at
Why do we trust the cartography?
Because someone told us that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And so like
what a complicated word, you know.
It's a complicated word because like most people don't leave their hometowns. They don't leave the 15 blocks that they've grown up in their entire lives. You know?
Do you know why proctologists are called proctologists?
It sounds something like an ass.
Because they study procs.
Because being called a butthole doctor is probably not very.
It's not very good.
Cool. No.
I mean, but if you think about it, like we even look at maps. Like I'm a big map guy, and maps are extremely important to me because I'm trying to understand where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And we look at a highway that goes out to the northwest, right? Mm-hmm. And we're like, yeah, I've been on that highway. I've been up to Seattle. I've been up to Portland. It's fucking amazing up there. But then you look at all the land to the side of the highway that nobody goes to.
Mm-hmm.
That's just on our continent. That's not even talking ocean, right? All right. So like then you get this person who's like, oh no, it's just like we know everything. No, you don't know where anyone is. There's ocean out there that no one goes in a boat to go out in. They don't go out there. You know,
Lowry, you can't survey an ocean, sir. It's really hard.
I know it's tricky, right? So you're like wondering, like, okay, so we have all this, like 78% of the Pacific Ocean unexplored, other than some guys out there that went out and found the statues out there on that island, and they had a really great boat that made them go from the Polynesian Islands to Hawaii, right? Okay, that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty awesome. But the average person never leaves about fucking 1,500 feet from their own fucking house. All right. And then they're claiming ball. It's a ball. It's a ball because somebody told me that. These are the things we have to get over. And we have to help other people get over. It's like, look, you haven't thought about this very clearly. The spins and the different directions that the
it's not just even that. Take all that out of the equation. And it goes right down because I love it. Sometimes this is what they do. You ask people that question of what would make you think that you lived on a ball if nobody'd ever told you. And one of the first ones, top number one, ding, 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 is sunset, sunrise. And I'm like, all right, let me get this straight. Man. You're just walking along, you living your life and shit, and you've seen sunrise and you see sunset, and one time you start wondering and you go, that sunset and that sunrise makes me think that I might be living on a ball.
The only reason they
Are you really? That's what you would think based on watching the sunset and rise, that, oh, I must be on a ball. Why would that?
But my kindergarten teacher said so.
Well, you see what I'm saying? That's where it came from. Was somebody told him that?
My parents said so. It was above my crib.
Teacher
it was above my crib.
Teacher said.
Yeah. It's weird, right?
So that's like the number one. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a minute. So you mean to tell me that you would be walking around living your life and shit, and then you'd see a sunrises and sunsets and go, hey, you know what? Watching that sunrise and that sunset makes me somehow think that I must be living on a ball. How would that make you think you're living on a ball? What the fuck?
Escaping indoctrination is a tough bug.
Jesus
it really
Christ.
Is.
So
it really is.
The real answer is that the only people that ever answer it honestly are just people that, well, very few. They say nothing. Because they know that answer destroys their whole thing of everybody knows it's a globe. It's so fucking obvious. Well,
you know what's weird? You know what's fucking weird about the whole fucking thing is that we all went through a shitty ass transition when we figured this out. We did. And it sucked for all of us. We, just like they're going through it, we went through it. Sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, I was saying I had a good transition, but I'm not.
My transition was horrible.
Like I was excited, bro.
I yelled at people for fucking 2 straight years. I was like, "Fuck this bullshit. This is stupid." And then I hit it.
Yeah,
and
it does get frustrating for sure, bro.
Yeah. That's what I did. But everybody else that's going through
families and relationships.
It does. And guess what happened also is that after all that shit, when I was pissed off and yelling at fucking the world, it's much better now. That's what I'm trying to impart to everybody. It's like, dude, if you can just get through like 2 weeks of fucking research, you will be a fucking amazing person after this. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree.
Seriously. And I
felt once
that's
that
cool,
week
Laurie.
comes off though. Yeah,
Thanks.
that feel like you're.
What's up, Enlightened Dawn?
Oh,
Hi.
sorry, I didn't.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
The first timer.
Sorry, I
here.
didn't want to interrupt.
First timer, be nice, boys.
Of course.
All right.
Glad to have
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Thank
We
you.
like your scooter. It's nice.
Oh, that's
Grab too, man. I've never met Wild Grab. Yeah.
That's my little guy.
So what's on your mind tonight?
Yeah, I was just gonna say this. When you were talking,
RG, you need to hold on a minute.
I guess
I was asking Dawn what was on her mind tonight.
Yeah, the girl that came in. We got a new viewer.
I'm just listening. Just listening. I just wanted to join you guys.
Okay, all right. So what were you saying, RG?
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask, it's kind of a question, I guess, kind of a thing, a statement, but also a question. We were speaking about like oil and then, having an ocean between us where the main energy supply comes from and what kind of, I guess future issues it may cause. I don't know personally, but I do know this, that if you were to cut off all energy input into the United States from other countries, right? You just stopped importing like oil and electronic stuff like that. Did you guys know that we could supply our economy, pay off the debt and everything within 10 years? Just because of what's under North Carolina with the pure, because we got the purest form of silica in the world.
You're never going to pay off the debt. You understand? If you understand how the debt works.
I know. But I'm just saying logistically, you could technically.
I think what he's saying is it's perceived scarcity. Perceived scarcity runs the entire thing. It's like if you convince people that there's not enough stuff for everybody, that's control.
Exactly.
Well, you first have to have your country.
Everyone rushes to
money.
get it. Yeah.
You have to be on a sound money system, and we're not on a sound money system to begin with. Our entire dollar relies on being the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said that's a good point. Yeah.
We're just agreeing.
It relies on the on worldwide sales, and primarily worldwide sales of oil. Okay, because of the OPEC agreement that was signed in 1974 or 1972, I forget, with Richard Nixon and Saudi Arabia and these other oil producing empires in the Middle East. Now those people are dropping out of OPEC. We can't survive buying and selling oil to and from ourselves. Now, the oil we have in the United States, as well as in Venezuela, is a much cruder form of oil and it's much more expensive to refine. The only way you're ever going to come out even with that is by trading it on the world market. Now, if these other countries are not having a problem getting their oil through, they play the tariff, or if you could be like Spain, United States, no, you're not allowed to use any of our air bases for your fucking Middle East operations, right? So Trump got all pissed off at Spain. Next thing you know, Spain is free to travel through the Gulf. They're free to travel through the Strait. No tariffs. No tariffs. No toll. No $2 million toll. Okay. So they're playing the same economic game back. But the thing is that we can't do shit until we have a sound money system. You can't survive in this world market, especially if you're going to be the reserve currency of the world. You can't make anything buying and selling shit to and from yourself.
Well, a lot of people are indentured into. I say indentured is the best way I can say it, but the fiat system, right? So it's in the system, but at the same time, like it's not that much of a stretch to walk it back and just trade stuff. It's not really that big of a stretch, and I don't think people understand how easy that could be. It's just like, well, my dollar doesn't work anymore. Can I just give you this, and I'll need some meat and or some cabbage or. I know that sounds like a hippy dippy fucking woo woo shit, but actually, it's not that much of a stretch to walk that back.
No, it don't.
No, I got a question.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
how much is a dollar?
Check this out, Larry. Just
go ahead, Steve.
Think about this real quick. If we were to drop from being the world's leading currency, right? We just fell back, and let everything readjust, and our money was second or third to the world currency, and we knew what we had under the ground in all of these, where the fires hit, the hurricanes, like these gem companies, mining companies weren't dummies. They made multi-trillion dollar assessments, and and then they just didn't waste their money to fucking help nobody, right? They got screwed over. But my point is, with like I was saying, within a decade, what I was looking at, it seems like that's what they're trying to do. And then the debt that the banks are owed, they're working that out through healthcare and through our personal. But anyway, I don't want to repeat that, but yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think
with the gyms,
it's really important.
Only because the silica that goes in all of the quantum computing and the servers, the big databases they're building, is all going to come from, and then all the other companies, the technology companies, they know that if they're not going to be doing business in America or for America, they're going to have the advanced tools like we have. And anyway, I'll land plane there and see what y'all think about it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's powerful because I think ultimately, politics are local. Firstly, most of this stuff is never going to affect you because you're 500 miles from the next person that might want to fuck with you. And I live on an island, it's like I can go out and fish and get a fish, and then I can gather some water and drink some water, and then just do my own shit today, right? We're talking about when we talk about what we're talking about right now is mass economic theory over the course of big cities. Whereas half the cats that hang out in this thing that we're doing right now, we don't live in a big city anymore. I lived in one, but it's bullshit. You can go out and fix your own fucking life in about 5 minutes with a fishing pole and a fucking water gatherer, and none of that shit even fucking matters. So you want to talk about the macroeconomics over the course of a thinking thing here on the internet. Well, you could if you wanted to, but really you just go out and eat food and enjoy your life. And this is the big difference between talking on the internet and actually just getting up to whatever you want to do in your own life.
Well, I had a question for Bob right quick.
Yeah. And I think the mass appeal is going to be
go ahead.
Digital money. I think that's where it's going to be. They're going to get people to buy into the tech, go into an augmented world and the metaverse and.
But RG,
you can live in there, and
Atlanta, right?
It's going to be appealing to young kids, and they know that. They know marketing is going to get them right, but we got to be the teachers.
You're in Atlanta,
and
RG,
educate
right?
them a little better than just what the economists are.
How's your life,
ahead.
RG? You're in Atlanta, right? You're near Atlanta.
Anyways, I was going to ask a question about the dollar bill. I've been trying to get it in for a bit now. When a dollar bill is born, how much is it actually worth on the market?
Worth shit.
I know. So why don't we scrap the system to begin with and just it's just that simple. But we have these agreements with these other nations, especially with the OPEC.
I mean, the dollar was the ultimate agreement with everybody. It's just like, hey, I need that. Can I just give you this so I can get this and not actually do a garden? That's kind of what that was.
The world market is one of the biggest problems. It's got us into this fucking bullshit. Okay, we need to go back to being an isolationist nation. In other words, we don't get involved in foreign entanglements. We don't need your fucking bullshit from China. We'll make our own here. You know, I mean, I'm serious, man. When you start going into this world trade fucking nonsense, in crawl the small hats, and the next thing you know, you're getting fucked. Okay, every time.
Yep. Right in the ass.
Did you say
it's great segue. It's right behind Lowry. He's right over the mark.
I think what I would make of it is like, in general, all of us are still alive, right? We're all still here. And so there's a better way to stay alive and do what we do, which is basically eat food, have a good time, enjoy our relatives. And, you know, we can observe the rest of the world and say things about it. I've spent 10 years trying to imply to people that, like, look, know where you are. Do you know where you are? When are you? And what are you? And I've found out that people just aren't ready to hear that shit. So, like, I mean, honestly, from my perspective, it's just like, I would like to eat some really good food that comes out of the ground. I know that I'm not spinning.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I am living in some sort of created place, and I didn't even come up in religion. I'm just saying this appears right to me, and then keep saying that to other people so that they can snap out of their psychosis so that I don't have to deal with them. And I know that's fucking really selfish for me to say that, but I mean that. It's just like, just look around. Look around at you. Do you feel like you're spinning? Do you need some food? Grow it out of the ground. No. Eat it, or learn to fish. Learn to fucking fish.
Yep.
Go out and do that and do whatever you got to do. But I'm not going to hear your bullshit about the rest of this psyope fucking shit that goes on for the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. That was a rant. I'm sorry. I'm going to step back.
No. A good rant.
That's my rant for the night. That's my rant. Anyway, learn to grow a garden. That's really what matters. Just grow a garden.
Yeah. I have a beautiful garden.
Noted.
I have tons of strawberries.
Already done. Trying to establish it at this point.
I always say that too. If everybody grew a garden rather than a yard, like why do you need grass? Grow a garden. If everybody had a garden in their yard instead of grass.
Do you know how good tomatoes are? Fresh tomatoes, they're just so
well. I don't live on a fucking golf course. You know, I don't want to live on a golf course. Okay, I you know, like I said, I look out here and I see different. I got clover. I got what they call crabgrass. I got all kinds of different kinds of fucking shit growing in my yard. I like it. It's diverse. I'll tell you what's really cool is just sit down on the ground sometime in the grass. Just sit down on the ground in the grass. In the you know, if you've got a yard like I do, you sit down like that and just observe a little area about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 foot in diameter. Just observe it. You'll start seeing so much different life, little critters, little bugs, little fucking plants that are living inside underneath the plants and shit. You know, it's just amazing what you uncover through that observation.
It's so good. It's so good.
And then there's these people, they don't ever sit in their grass because, that'll fuck it up. I don't want to have marks in my yard. I want it to look like a goddamn golf course. Why? Was that your idea? Well, no, everybody else does it though. Okay, exactly. Well, that's a good reason. God damn it. I have a company comes by once a month and sprays bullshit on my grass too.
Yeah, on top of all the spray on top of us.
Damn it, people are
hitting you from every angle.
I had an old guy who used to live next door to me over here. He was the son of the old lady that lived there. And I saw him out there along the fence and he was spraying Roundup. And he's wearing a fucking hat that says Vietnam veteran. So I struck up a conversation with him there at the fence, and I was talking to him. I said, Vietnam, eh? He says, yeah. I said, man, I guess did you get nailed with some of that Agent Orange? He said, yeah, give me health problems. At Agent Orange, they were putting it everywhere and shit. And I was like, man, I says, that's what's in that fucking bottle you're spraying right there is the same stuff made by the same people, just given a different name. What? Yeah. Yeah. You're out here being Hank Hill, the veteran who's, come on, bro. Wake up, what you doing? Put some Epsom salts and vinegar, man.
God damn it, Bobby.
Your fence line.
Sell propane and propane accessories, don't you? Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, you guys keep crushing. I'm gonna keep listening. You guys keep doing what you're doing. This is one of my favorite shows on the internet. So like,
we will despite your encouragement.
Yeah, David Koresh said glyphosate. Yeah, you know that about 95% of the U.S. Corn supply is sprayed with glyphosate. So enjoy that corn, boys.
Oh, that's
and if you go overseas, it's about 50 to 60%. So you're not really escaping it.
How's the New World Order movie treating you?
Can I get tickets?
Yeah, where do you get it at?
Oh shit, what I did? I fucked it up again. I did it again. Oh no, I did it again. What's that? Britney Spears, poor little sex slave.
Well, hit me, baby, one more time too.
Not right now.
No, you don't want to hear that. What if I told you? Yeah, there you go. Then I got a cool thing we'll watch about Stephen Hawking. The Stephen Hawking side.
The moon landing was real.
Hi,
I just interpreted.
How's the New World Order movie treating you? Because you are in a movie. I would say more like Disneyland. You're like on a Disneyland ride. It's a small world. After it, no. You know the elevator. You know the elevator scary ride when you were a kid, and you're like, "Is this thing gonna stop?" And it's just you are on an eternal Disneyland elevator ride. This is retired Vice Admiral Robert Harward, who puts out war propaganda all the time. This is him right here.
Would an operation like this be worth risking American lives?
In my opinion, yes.
Now, this is also supposed to be him. This is on Fox News. Okay, this is on Fox News. Do you notice anything strange?
In Iran that not only hands over the nuclear material, stops threatening the Straits of Hormuz, but quits exporting the Islamic revolution throughout the region.
Let's zoom in a little, shall we?
Okay. In Iran that not
See, that had to be on purpose, bro. That had to be on purpose.
Oh, absolutely.
The nuclear material stops
pick a card, any card.
Oh, ew!
Throughout the region, causing the
This is what MAGA and boomers, not all boomers, but this is what they are watching, you guys. This is Fox News putting on a show with a man with a mask on his face. But now the question is, who's ready for Project Blue Beam? The fake alien invasion, the fake Jesus from the sky, holograms, fake alien attack with laser beams coming from the sky, probably a fake Buddha, probably a fake Muhammad. Who's ready for that?
There are many, many types. People who have been involved in recoveries have said
there are at least 4 types. Now, I have not had direct access to that, but I believe the people who I talked to.
4 different types of life.
4 different types of life.
4 different species of aliens. Another scientist called them Nordics, insectoids, and reptilians. All of them have 2 arms and 2 legs, just like us. Experts speculate the reptilians are scaly with long tails like a lizard. Insectoids look like a praying mantis. The Greys look like your classic movie alien, and the Nordics look like a regular Swedish guy, but 7 feet tall. We haven't seen the evidence, but Pete Hegseth says more evidence is coming.
Sure, more evidence is coming. More alien pictures and shit. I watch him release a picture of Chewbacca. You know?
No.
And they'll have Stephen Hawking's little translator hooked up.
Mars attack.
That's a good movie, man.
Love it.
Here you go, guys.
Oh, it looks like a butt.
Yeah, that's the backside of the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the backside of the moon. You didn't see that before? Hold on, I'll show you.
No, it looks like a butt.
Yeah, that's because it's the backside of the moon. That's why you never see it. It's indecent.
Oh,
see?
it's the butt side of the moon.
Ding ding. We can't give you full frontal nudity though.
Full frontal. Can I see the front? No.
It doesn't have one. Well, you do. You see the front of it all the time.
True.
That's why the moon is female. It's feminine. That's why the moon goddess is Diana or Sophia. It's feminine.
Oh, really?
In Spanish, it's not El Luna, it's La Luna, because the feminine article of la is used.
Oh, I never knew that.
Also, the moon is feminine and has a cycle of 28 days. Oh, what else has a cycle of 28 days? A woman.
A month?
Yeah.
Oh. Got you.
Hey, what's up, guys?
That makes sense.
So I saw this funny clip a little while ago about Stephen Hawking and space travel, and it was just so utter nonsense. I thought I'd share it with you guys. So I put a couple other clips together to show the real truth on what's going on with Stephen Hawking, and how if anyone that looks into it is clearly can tell it's a complete fraud. And I saw a channel that was talking about how he has lived so long, and so many people watched it, so many people have thumbed it up, and it just goes to show you how many people are unaware and deceived of what's going on, and how they just don't look into anything, investigate it, even question it, to really realize what the truth is and how it is. So that's another thing that kind of motivated me to make this video. I mean, there's just simple things like this, even this supposedly documentary, and he's not even eating. Look at as she puts the food into his mouth, all you can see is his glasses. They're zoomed right in on his glasses.
Because it's gross.
It's not weird at all, you know. And then when you go and look back at it, you can see what she just did right now. She just shoves it up kind of to his nose and takes it back away. Look in his glasses, and you could see it right here. She just puts the food up to him and then brings it back down. Clearly seen in his glasses reflection. Things like this just really make you, once you kind of see it and realize it, makes you really wonder how much is being deceived out there to you. You know,
it's probably part of the conditioning. They haven't fed him, and he really wants to eat, but he gets an electric shock every time he tries to eat it. So they put it up there and shit.
Like a lab rat.
Yeah. And if he doesn't eat it, then he gets a shot of crack cocaine or something. Yeah, that's it.
It becomes to the point where you can't believe anything unless you investigate it yourself and dig more into it, because what you're told definitely is not true on a lot of means, a lot of aspects of things, by this perfect example here. So take a look at a couple of these things and watch all the way through to see the space clip and the stuff at the end, because it gets pretty comical on how ridiculous and obvious this is. I mean, he's just straight up disposable and then comes back, the puppet, to go directly to the agenda on what they want to be portrayed to the people.
Stephen Hawking is so famous you'd recognize his voice anywhere, but he also famously has ALS, which normally gives patients a very short time to live. So who is Stephen Hawking, and how is it that he has lived so long with this disorder? Hello, world. Trace here with a non-synthesized voice for D News. Stephen Hawking is 74. You know him. He's published over 200 papers and books. IMDb has him appearing in 65 TV shows and movies as himself. Hawking is an intelligent and popular mind in science and pop culture, in part because of his outrageous and cerebral theories on how the universe works, and also that he does it all from a wheelchair with a computer synthesizer for his voice. But that's not really why he became such a big deal in science. In 1970, Hawking and his colleague Roger Penrose published a paper in the Proceedings of the Royal Society A, proposing a new theorem for describing the Big Bang and how the universe began as a singularity and will likely end as one. See, in 1970, the Big Bang theory was still debated, but because of this paper and others, it gained more credence.
Right there, you see the key word?
Mm-hmm.
Big Bang. Got it to catch on. No better way to make up a story with someone that can't say anything back about it.
Stephen was very lucky in being the right person in the right place at the right time. Science, in some way, has become the new religion, that people are looking for ultimate truths. They'd lost God and they were looking for something to replace God, and they hit on cosmology and black holes in the universe, and then they found a person who could represent the entire community of cosmology and astrophysics and so on to them.
That's true, though. That did kind of replace it. Like either
The
you have to believe
world-renowned
religion
British
or you have to believe
physicist
science.
Stephen Hawking has made a prediction about humanity. According to the scientist, the human species will not last for another 1,000 years until it escapes Earth to inhabit some other planet in the universe. During the session, Hawking emphasized on how scientists should keep looking into the space for the future of humanity and that people should continue to show interest in space.
I've been lucky. I've lived an extraordinary life, exploring the universe and attending the odd party or two. But imagine I could go anywhere and see anything. Well, in this bad boy, I can.
Give me a break!
Join me on a fantastical trip to my favorite places. After all, why should astronauts have all the fun?
My favorite place.
We've all seen computer animations of the Big Bang. The big explosion, the flying galaxies, and then us. But that's not right. It was far more elegant and strange. To see what really happened,
People actually believe it.
I'm going to wind back time. As we go back, everything converges. From a black hole to the Big Bang. Saturn to Santa Barbara.
Oh, how ironic. Flying right over a church.
Be on a fantastical journey to my favorite places. Only on Curiosity Stream.
Magnuson.
Wow, Arthur C. Clarke and Stephen Hawking on the same stage.
But he's risen above them to become a brilliant mathematician and teacher. Using a computer-driven voice synthesizer, he's told the world how the universe began. And now he's seeking the ultimate theory of how it works. Stephen Hawking, you use a mathematical concept that you call imaginary time, which seems to be able to run backwards as well as forwards.
In our theories, there are two kinds of time. There is what is called real time. This is a kind of time that is measured by a clock.
He's still alive too, isn't he?
The time that we feel passing.
No, he
the
died.
time in which
Yeah, he's been gone a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then there is imaginary time. Of course, imaginary time is an idea that science fiction writers, like Arthur, have used in their stories. But imaginary time is also a well-defined mathematical concept. It can be thought of as a direction of time that is at right angles to ordinary, real time, in a certain sense. The universe has a beginning in real time, at the Big Bang. And it may well have an end, if it collapses to a big crunch. But in imaginary time, it has no beginning or end. Rather, imaginary time is closed in on itself, like the surface of the Earth. The surface of the Earth doesn't have any beginning or end. I know, because I have been round the world, and I didn't fall off.
In the late 1970s, black holes were sexy. People latched onto Hawking as the guru who could explain the mysteries of the universe.
You wouldn't see anything special if you passed inside the black hole. But once you pass a certain critical point, then you'd never be able to get out again, no matter how much rocket power you use.
Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The universe is huge.
Yeah, I'd like to order number 4 with a large French fry and a Coke. And Steven, what do you want? Okay, I'd like a Whopper with cheese. Hold the tomato. Large French fry. And a large Coke. What's that, Steven? Oh, easy on the ice, please. Come on, man. See, that's why, you know, this guy was just a fucking psyop, man. And how long did they fucking know people with this guy, right?
What, 3 decades almost, didn't it?
No, it's just Bill Gates, right?
It looks like it's pretty cool.
See, that's just it. We don't know if this guy consented to this shit either.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so lucky, I'm telling you. You know.
He's probably trying to say, please help me. They took me up in an airplane and threw me around like a sack of onions.
You know, the bigger question is,
what is it?
Why did Lou Gehrig retire and start killing people?
That's what I want to know. Well, I think it's what a coincidence that a guy named Lou Gehrig dies of Lou Gehrig disease. I mean, what the fuck a coincidence is that, man? Right?
Yep.
Come on.
No,
we live in a parody.
We got to watch some people get hurt.
Oh no.
We got to watch some people get hurt. Why not?
Yep.
These are always fun.
Hello.
All right, good shot. God. Oh, fuck. I felt that one. Wow, he did
it. Billy. Yeah.
He fucking did it.
I wasn't expecting that.
I was not either.
They placed the ring while you weren't looking, so they did.
No, look what I found.
The funny part about that interview with Hawkins there was the name of the TV show was on science fiction.
Well, there you go. The guy sure peddled it. He sure did peddle it. They all peddle it. You know, and this is the thing. You get down to the fucking basic questions and they just fold. They just fold. They love to go, oh, these billions of fucking millions of stars and they're this, that, and the other. And you got these rotating, orbiting black holes and all this other fucking crazy nonsense shit. It's like, no, you don't. You got all of that by looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Really? That's fucking interesting, man. I don't know where they get it from. But look, I found something fun.
That's why they'll never do an uncurated interview with any kind of lower level.
No. What was it? I couldn't believe it. Somebody came on a fucking Facebook page there with a thing about Professor Dave. And I said, this dude's a douchebag. He goes, he's a professor. I said, he is not a professor. He's a college fucking dropout and a failed musician by his own admission, dude. He even says he's not a professor. He says he's just a name that he picked. I got the video evidence of it. So
yeah, I think everybody knows that at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and he's got a script, a writer. He's got a group of writers that write his shit. He doesn't come up with all that. He's reading a fucking script. That's why you never see him goddamn debate nobody.
So what surface level douchebag told you he was a professor? You know,
but he did debate Whitsitt on freaking McQuarter Pounders.
Really?
You know what I'm talking about? The quartering McQuarter Pounder.
Oh yeah.
It was not fair at all. Like he did not, like it was totally biased. McQuarter Pounder sided with, cut off Whitsitt and
I
sided with Professor Dave the whole time. That's the only one I've ever seen him in.
Well, that dude, I think, is a female to male trans.
Might be.
I do. The quartering.
We call him Dave Farina over here.
Yeah, Dave Farina.
Yeah, Farina. Meow.
But I got another good one for y'all. That's right, because she's Hawaiian. She's Hawaiian. I remember this now. Okay. Right.
Rows and flows of our sad meetings. I ran until that shifts with seasons. Once the anti-war dove, now Trump's DNI in the war above. You've looked at peace from both sides now. From anti-war to dropping bombs somehow. It's hypocrites' illusions now. You don't know peace at all. I looked at life from both sides now, from left to right, and still somehow it's flip-flop illusions I recall. I really don't know politics at all. Moons and Junes and Iran lies first. No nukes, then time to strike. Hawaiian surfer turned Hindu saint now. Gray-haired pawn for the Antichrist. You've looked at war from both sides now, from never again to bomb them now, and you still don't know war at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud, calling out warmongers loud, then joining the biggest one in town. Resign in disgrace when the heat came down. Aid walked out over your Iran flip. Deep state queen with the power trip. You've looked at loyalty from both sides now, from Dems to MAGA. Take a bow. Something's lost and something's gained in every flip from your Hindu brain, but you lost all shame along the way. Cunt in the game, power's your only play. I've looked at truth from both sides now, from dove to hawk, and still somehow it's pure ambition I recall. You really don't know truth at all.
They made her do it, huh? Didn't they?
You know why she left? The people of Maui need her.
That's
she
right.
Was so good. She was so good at helping them out.
Tell you what, man, every one of these fucking people.
Unsolved. Where's Robert Stack when we need him? We got all these unsolved mysteries.
Old mysteries, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need to bring back Robert Stack. And that's who needs to be on this job, I think. I think that's who will figure out all these psyops and false flags is Robert Stack.
He's not with us anymore, is he? I think he passed away.
Bring him back from the dead, whatever it takes.
No.
He's a dude for the job.
On the next Unsolved Mysteries, how did Trump get into office in the first place?
Really good branding, really good PR, forgetful people, and people that are really they're inundated into this fucking idea that there's somebody in government or somebody is going to come and save them from all this bullshit.
God, nobody's gonna come save you. Like, why do these people think this?
Because they're too lazy to do it themselves.
Oh my God. Nobody's coming to save you. Get over it.
And there's no way you're going to vote your way out of this because Israel's got their money on both horses. It don't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
So in a football game, do the cheerleaders get paid or do the athletes on the field get paid? Which one is it?
Depends on what the cheerleaders do, I reckon.
He's just another one, another big name content creator. But I did see that James Lee just did a video today. He said it was titled, "We are not voting our way out of this."
I saw that. You think we ought to take a look at it?
Go for it if you want. I saw it already, but I'm sure anybody else may or may not want to.
I want to see it.
Let's see. James Lee.
It's got some BS in it, but everybody can't be woken up all at once. And who knows? I'm sure he's part of the cast for all we know.
Yeah, it's 11 minutes. It'd be pretty good.
I
watched it. It was pretty good.
Asian Ian Carroll.
Oops.
By the way, Cubby, I'm eating a corn product.
You're doing what?
Eating corn products.
Why does that pertain to me?
Oh,
because what we were talking about the other night. I'm gonna need it. Never mind. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say.
I lost temporary control for a moment. Now I have it back. All right. Yeah, there we go. Bang, bang, bing, bong. Look at that. Look at that. See that big boob?
Mm-hmm.
It's full of boobs.
What?
Yeah, it's sort of like one of them Russian nesting dolls. It's just full of boobs. Everybody that works in that motherfucker is a boob.
Must be cold there.
It's very, very cold there.
Pretty big, yeah.
Mount Nippolopolis.
Nippolopolis.
Yeah, that'd make a great movie.
It's about to erupt. Well, I watched that Pompeii the other day. It's got that guy from Game of Thrones is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, he's just roaming.
I thought that movie wasn't that good.
It was all right. I kept
That's
making
funny.
fun
I
of
was
it.
talking about Kiefer.
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland. I kept saying, "Oh, that's biggest dickest." There's biggest dickest coming in.
That right there is the people's house, or at least it's supposed to be the people's house. But instead, what is going on is self-dealing and insider trading of epic proportion. The national debt is now up to almost $40 trillion, a number I don't think our brains can truly comprehend. They are allowing corporations to poison our food supply, and on top of that, not allowing us to sue if and when we inevitably get sick. The military-industrial complex is bigger than ever. The forever wars continue, usually because a certain country in the Middle East tells us to. And what if, God forbid, someone in Congress decides to get a conscience for once, to maybe hold billionaire pedophiles accountable?
I am sorry if one of your billionaire donors is going to get embarrassed because he went to Rape Island.
Oh, those billionaires, they'll pour $30 million to buy your seat. So just vote harder next time. Just take a look at this. The top 3 most expensive House primary ousters in U.S. election history. Number 1, Thomas Massie, $35 million in 2026. Number 2, Jamal Bowman, $20 million 2024. And number 3, Cori Bush, $15 million in 2024. And what do they all have in common? To quote Kanye, I can't say, but it's Israel. The National Mall in DC is really something else, even on a dreary day like today. And even with all of the construction that's going on for the 250th anniversary of America. I mean, look around. You got all the white marble, manicured lawns, which I think they're painting the pool blue now to make it look nice, but to also make you believe that the government is kind and just. Right? I think all these monuments are meant to remind us that we owe the glory of this country to all these benevolent, godlike saviors, quote unquote. And that when times get tough, there's always going to be someone who rises up and saves us. But I don't think that's actually true anymore. Or maybe it never was. In this temple, as in the hearts of the people, for whom he saved the Union, the memory of Abraham Lincoln is enshrined forever. A lot of people say that Abraham Lincoln was one of the greatest presidents of all time, if not the greatest president of all time, because he saved the Union. But let me tell you some of the other things that he did. He suspended the writ of habeas corpus, which allowed military authorities to arrest and detain suspected Confederate sympathizers, spies, and draft resistors without trial. He also issued an executive order to arrest and imprison, quote, irresponsible newspaper reporters and editors. It was literally like one of the biggest censorship campaigns of all time. We're talking like 300 plus newspapers, I think, were shut down, editors arrested, no due process. Regional Army Commander Ambrose Burnside orders the closing of the Chicago Times for disloyalty. Quote, under its editor Wilbur Fisk's story, the Chicago Times had long been hostile to Abraham Lincoln, the Republican Party, and government policy, calling the Emancipation Proclamation, quote, monstrous usurpation, and protested particularly vehemently the military arrest and banishment of Ohio Congressman Clement L. Vanningham. On Burnside's action, 20,000 Chicagoans protested in the streets that evening, and President Lincoln later recommended rescinding the order. The Times reopened 4 days after its closing. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to protecting the Constitution, it's not the elected officials, it's not the courts, it is the people who protect the free press, the people marching in the streets who refuse to comply. I think this is where they filmed the famous Mr. X scene in the movie JFK, where if you remember, Kevin Costner's character met with Mr. X, who is this shadowy, high-level intel agent who tells him that the JFK assassination was a part of this huge conspiracy because he was trying to dismantle the deep state. This was the shot right around here. I'm going to superimpose the bench in there.
There you go. That's perfect.
Something like that. Pretty cool. The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. Today, I think we remember FDR as this kind of legendary champion of the people, responsible for getting us out of the Great Depression, all of the New Deal programs he enacted, Public Works Project, et cetera, et cetera. And regardless of whether you are for or against that kind of thing, that is how he's presented to us. But check this article out, the Hoover Institute, How FDR Saved Capitalism. The article basically details how FDR worked to essentially destroy any burgeoning third-party movement, which is very interesting and sort of depressing given the state of our duopoly, maybe even uniparty, as you would call it. But I want to read you one passage. It says here, if the Great Depression, with all its attendant effects, shifted national attitudes to the left, why was it that no strong radical movement committed itself to a third party during these years? The answer? He used two basic tactics. First, he responded to the various outgroups by incorporating in his own rhetoric many of their demands. Second, he absorbed the leaders of these groups into his following. I think we see some modern day parallels, if you know what I mean.
They did that with the Tea Party, remember?
Mm-hmm.
That was starting to get kind of big. And then it turned around and they incorporated it into the Republicans. That's how we ended up with these neocons.
And one question, Saab, right quick. Was there ever really a union to save?
Well, you got to look at what is the union. The union was a confederation, okay?
Yeah.
To begin with.
So it's not really a union.
It was already, they were unified, but each country, or as we call them, states, retain their individual sovereignty as a country. It's sort of like, yeah, we're allied with you. We're the same people, basically. And, you might have a little bit different accent than me and whatnot, but we all are countries on this land, and it's to our benefit to be in an alliance with one another, a unification, you see?
I got you. So, I mean, but seriously, what did Lincoln do to save that?
What he did, he's the cause of it breaking up.
Oh, there you go.
See, that's the whole thing. He was the cause of it breaking up. That's why individual states, it was due to his assumption of dictatorial powers and his actions that made the states go, no, we don't want any part of that.
Well, that's why how many seceded right away?
Well, initially it was just South Carolina. But then the same after Sumter, and the same sentiment was going around, just as I've described it, that Washington D.C. was assuming dictatorial powers, the powers of a king, and that's not what they signed up for. They signed up for a confederation, and that's how it was initially. And he was trying to give the central government, where it's just basically a meeting place for the nation to do its business. He wanted that to become a seat of power, and it's not supposed to be a seat of power.
Well, how unconstitutional of him.
Yeah, right. Suspend habeas corpus, locking up journalists that don't write favorably about you, closing down newspapers and shit. Who the fuck does that sound like?
A dictator.
It sounds like dickwad that we got in there right now.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Colbert made fun of me. I'm going to get him fired. Thin-skinned fucking pussy. He's a pussy with a nussy. Did you know that Japanese television has AI incorporated into it that automatically censors out nudity and shit like that?
Have you seen some of our TVs that are coming out?
It censors out Trump's neck. It blurs Trump's neck because it looks like a vajayjay.
Whoa.
Don't buy a new TV here in America either. They ain't made here, so.
No, they're not made.
Made in China.
Someplace.
Like, I think there's a guy in the White House right now who, I don't know, adopted, or maybe you could say co-opted some of the most powerful anti-establishment language out there in order to get elected, and also openly invited key figures of these outsider movements into his administration and arguably neutered all of them.
So this right here is actually maybe one of my favorite spots in the entire mall. It's the World War II Memorial, and it opened in 2004. And I don't think the timing was a coincidence, because in
it's really impressive. If you ever get to DC, go see it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
2004, the Bush administration was basically facing a massive crisis of legitimacy. The weapons of mass destruction in Iraq were nowhere to be found. American casualties were mounting in the war on terror. And all the post 9/11 national unity and goodwill was basically all gone by that point. So basically, by dedicating this massive and triumphant plaza commemorating the heroes of World War II, what the Bush administration was basically trying to do is say, look, Iraq, yeah, things are not going ideal, but it's worth it because people are evil out there. It's 1941 again, and we have to kill them all.
Find everything in here amazing. I mean, everything that all these people who fought in the war, they did it for their country, and they did it for a good reason, and they weren't just out there to kill people.
She needs to quit, or that Kool-Aid thing's going to come blasting through that wall any second. Oh yeah.
I was going to go say
what they were doing.
In other words, manufacturing consent. We are now coming up on
There's a fountain at that spot.
Ooh, Jefferson.
Architecturally speaking, from a person who doesn't know anything about architecture, looks like a masterpiece to me. It's like the American version of the Pantheon, I think. But it was literally built during the Great Depression. It says here, FDR lays the cornerstone of the Jefferson Memorial November 15th, 1939. I mean, could you imagine if Trump built something like this?
This is a gift to the United States of America. And more than a gift, it's going to be one of the most beautiful buildings that's ever been built in the country or in Washington, D.C.
That is kind of Trump's MO. Man. He's basically doing what every other leader has done in the past, but he's like flaunting it in our face. So there's no...
It's going to be one of the most beautiful
Hang on, look at
buildings
his neck when he
that's
turns.
ever been built in the country or in
all he ever said.
See, look. He's even got, he's got a little bit of a camel toe on this one.
Washington, D.C.
That is kind of Trump's MO, isn't it? He's basically doing what every other leader has done in the past, but he's like flaunting it in our face. So there's no ambiguity as to what is actually going on here. It also says here, President Franklin D. Roosevelt championed the Thomas Jefferson Memorial during the Great Depression to politically legitimize his New Deal policies and inspire Americans. He positioned the monument as a symbol of democracy and individual liberty, connecting his own administration's efforts to the founding fathers' democratic ideals. Yeah, it's propaganda, once again. And you could even say that FDR laundered the image of a founding father in order to push his political agenda. And the irony, too, is that Thomas Jefferson was all about limited government. I think he said something like, government big enough to give you everything you want is government big enough to take away everything you have. Actually, no, that was Gerald Ford. Anyway, my point is the idea of a hero is always one.
He said the government that governs best is that which governs least.
True. That is true.
Yeah, Jefferson was pretty fucking on the ball, man.
Well, but he was also
this guy in or that guy in, then we will all be saved. That is why all of this is here. The propaganda wants you to think that benevolent leaders are responsible for all of the change. But I think history, and we're talking about the real history, not the history that you read in the textbooks, shows us that leaders, whether it be in that house or that house, they really only care about getting power and maintaining that power for as long as possible. Like, if they survive politically long enough to get one of these monuments, it's likely they did some shady shit. So yeah, it sucked that Thomas Massey lost, and rewind 10 years ago, it also was pretty devastating that the establishment rigged the entire Democratic primary against Bernie Sanders. But the reality is the function of these anti-establishment leaders isn't necessarily to make change. They only have one vote. Their function, I think, is more like a release valve. To say some things in the halls of Congress that we know to be absolute truths. And, you know, it just helps us sleep a little bit better at night. Look, I'm not saying having moral people in government doesn't matter. It does matter. But we have to know that the system is always going to prioritize itself first. So if what we're looking for is change, we have to take that into our own hands. That is just the plain truth of the matter. Okay, once again, we know now we are not going to be able to vote our way out of this. If we want a better world, we have to go outside the system. We have to build parallel systems. We got to focus on our family, our community. And maybe it feels super daunting because we're just one person. But these small independent actions are the only things that's ever moved history.
Wow. Compelling.
Yeah, block of
Everything
concrete.
is always a phallus. Like they're so obsessed with phalluses.
Did you know that capstone of that was made of aluminum, and at the time, aluminum was worth more than gold?
Wow! Did somebody try to steal it? Yeah.
That is it for me this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different than what I usually do, but I think it's necessary given the times. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Also, if you want to support my journalism, you can head on over to 5149jameslee.com. You can sign up to be a member there. You can also give a one-time donation. I got merch for sale as well. But if not, no worries. Just take a second to like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell so you can...
Yeah, I apologize.
Somebody dropped down.
I don't know.
I dropped my phone. I'm sorry.
Oops. Careful. I think my phone is what injured me. I think my phone is what injured my hip. I really do.
Yeah, in that side of your pocket.
It was in. I landed right on.
Oh, that's right. You said, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised at the time that I didn't break it or crack a screen or do something like that. Nothing happened. So.
Do you have an Android or?
Yeah, I have an Android. A Galaxy. What is it? A Galaxy? I don't know. Some number. It's not very old at all. Because I did finally, for the first time ever in my life, I cracked a screen on a phone. I'd never cracked or chipped a screen.
Go jinxing yourself.
Yeah. Well, they making them pretty goddamn tough. If it survived that fall, I landed right on it, and I think that's what hurt my ass because it was right where it got me, man.
I think I've only cracked 3 screens in my career as a phone owner.
I
got mine in one of those protective boxes, dude.
Get those otter boxes. They warranty your phone if it breaks.
They still do that?
Yeah, they do. But you for the ones that are good, they're like $120 for. Not really worth the. Well, I guess it might be if you break your phone. But I had one for probably 2 years and I dropped that thing like it was no big deal and it never cracked at all. Never, not a.
So Netanyahu's calling on Americans to fight for Israel and start a war for the sake of the Jews.
That's a first.
Because the Bible says that there is a time for peace and a time for war, and this is a time for war. Well, if you say so.
I don't think Christ promoted any of that at all in the New Testament. So
No. These people, man, that are controlling us are literally Satan, man. I'm not shitting you. They're the minions of Satan 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get out of it voting, I can tell you that.
Nope.
I don't know.
You got to vote harder. So harder.
Yeah, you got to vote harder. You're not holding your mouth right.
Yeah.
So dumb. So dumb.
God, but what do you not vote or do you vote? I mean, because everybody else is doing it. So it's like, even if you don't do it, I don't know.
Well, the thing is if you vote, you've actually given consent for it. Whatever they do, you're giving consent to the process.
So it's better to not vote then.
Well, if tell me one person that's worth a shit to vote for.
Exactly, nobody.
Right. And they always say, well, this one's the lesser of two evils. Well, even if it's a lesser evil, it's still evil. So why choose evil at all?
True.
You see?
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's the thing. There's always that third option. I don't consent. I don't like any of the fucking asshats you put up there. Okay?
Yeah.
So no, I don't consent to this process. I don't consent to any of it. Fuck you. That's the way. That's my attitude.
Good attitude.
And contractually, it's legit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hear people say, "Well, if you didn't vote, you can't bitch." Oh, yes, I can. You did this, not me.
Right.
You fucking did this, not me. Don't be stupid here. Try to shift the blame on me. That ain't no.
That old line, if you
I didn't vote want either one of those ass wipes, man.
Right.
Oh god, I got stuck in the tube. That sucks.
Then you won't get your sticker. Go ahead, Wild Rat.
Oh, no.
No, you good. Just like a follow up on that cheeseman, yes. On that brother's vid that you just played stuff. As far as fixing this, like, I don't know. Hey, do you guys happen to know is Sidewinder in YouTube chat tonight?
I don't know. I can't recall.
He was earlier, but I think he might be gone now.
Yeah, he might be gone.
Just pick it up. The back of that moon looks like an ass.
Do you want to pass the message along to him? I can text him or.
No, he just typed something in chat yesterday, which is pretty much like that's what it seems like is the plan, kind of like with all this, whatever, all these like supposed skirmishes, this going on, this, that, whatever. It's like to ultimately like tank the economy. And then, I mean, it's all for purposes. And then just kind of, it just goes with that whole thing that, who'd you say said that? So Rothschild, Rockefeller, the give me the power to control the nation's currency thing.
Rothschild.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, it's basically like, right? 90%, I'd venture to say, at least here in the States and probably most first world countries or whatever, right? Like, that is how we live, right? We got to earn the almighty whatever the hell it is to go get our necessaries. And so, yeah, I mean, when that is something that, like, that is the means to survival and that's controlled, it's like, how do you fix anything? It's just like, it seems, well, wasn't that on a video you played earlier? The guy was saying you're on a freaking, like the magic teacup ride. It did just a freaking Disneyland ride. That's what it definitely seems like. Is there really any fixing it? Like, in all honesty, like, I mean, yeah, come out of the system, biblically come out of her, my people. I mean, that is what it is, to come out to farm your own and whatever, but
yeah, get out of the reliance. Learn to be more independent. And we are very reliant on the system. The first thing, what do people, the first thing they say when you say, well, government's not legit, why do we even have it? First thing they fucking say, well, who fixed the roads? I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? You got a hole in the road in front of your house, you're tired of driving through it? Well, get some money together with some people that are also tired of driving through it and fucking repair it. How about when you contract somebody to fix the road, you get somebody who's actually going to make a road that'll last, not have to be fucking worked on every 6 months.
Right.
See, people in their ideas that government is necessary is about as dumb as these globetards that think that you you wouldn't have any technology if the Earth wasn't not a globe. Shut the fuck up. Why not? There ain't nothing I do that's dependent on a goddamn Earth being a globe.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing.
They just say that shit, you know? It's because they, and that, I'll tell you one of the biggest things, boy, it freaks them out too. They start going, well, you know, the space and we'll get a telescope and all that. I said, look, bro, astronomy is not fucking science, man. All you're doing is looking at the sky and making up stories or repeating made up stories. It's all you're doing. You're looking at the goddamn ceiling. Okay, neat. Wow. Big fucking deal. You know, I'm like, come on, man.
It's all observation. All how you observe it.
I mean, that's all you can do is observe it. You can't test it. You're nobody getting out of this fucking thing. That's another one that they lose their mind on. There's no firmament. Well, you want to explain to me how you got air? Gravity. There's no such thing as that. I tear that shit apart every day of the week. Every day of the week. These people are like, well, mass attracts mass. I'm like, okay, why? Why would something draw other shit to it just because it exists? Where's the energy come from?
That is very true.
See, I mean, something and it'd have to run out after a while. You know, it can't just be an endless source of energy. You know, we have that thing about energy can't be created or destroyed. So where are they getting? It just has it. Buck, why aren't we tapping into this energy source and like using it?
I don't know.
Bottle it up and sell it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's going to call it a night, guys, man. It's 3.5 hours. I think that's good enough. Friday night, crazy, crazy, crazy. We'll know here soon enough. I'm pretty sure that there's the orange turd in charge is going to pull some shit. The only reason that concerns me is, man, that's just needless death. It's needless.
Yeah.
And I can't see how somebody can just callously make those decisions like that, knowing that fucking people are going to get destroyed, killed.
Yeah.
And it, you know, you're looking at it like a political move, and it's not. You're totally missing the human cost. People are numb to that. Especially they throw numbers at you that you can't comprehend. We're $39 trillion. Jesus Christ, do you know how much 39 trillion actually is?
Yeah, they count on people being dumb.
Yes. And they did that to you with school.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I hate school.
I mean, it is one of the worst fucking things to do to people. It's like jail. It's exactly like prison.
It is. It's teaching you how to be a good little slave. Come on.
It's
be a compliant
conformity.
little slave. You got to do this every day.
Believe authoritative sources. Read only approved books.
Well, I'm going to be too cool for school, guys. That's just what it is.
It just happens. You don't make that decision, Roger.
I wish I could.
It happens. I remember being asked that because I was skipping school and I got caught. The principal said, "Boy, are you too cool for school?" And I says, "As a matter of fact, I am."
Exactly.
I was like, "What the fuck? I'm already busted. What do I got to lose, right?"
Right? Yeah.
Is there really anything? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, hon.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I just went enough so I could graduate, and I hated school. Like, I was out so many days. I was always absent.
Yeah, I didn't. I just kind of went once in a while. What's going on? What were you asking, Walrat?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering, like, I don't watch any mainstream prop channels or anything like that, and I ain't been scrolling or searching on TikTok or YouTube for any of these like footage, whatever supposedly going on. But I'm just curious, like, have you, any of y'all personally or in the chat, whatever, seen, like, is there actually shit going on? Or, I mean, you played something last night that showed a few like supposed missiles or whatever, totally looked like CGI, or in my opinion, whatever. But like, I don't know, like even the same thing comes to my mind in the whole Ukraine and stuff like that. Just even with that October 7th stuff, it seemed like a bunch of just full on propaganda, like nothing really going on. Like personally, I kind of feel like that whole Gaza, I don't know, like, and I'm not, I'd feel like shit if like there's some real whatever I have no idea about. I'm just saying, like, I speculate on everything. Don't trust shit anymore, right? But so like one thing come to my mind was like the possibility of just them using that. I don't know. I remember like zooming out on Google Earth, looking at the whole Gaza Strip and stuff, and you see, I don't know what it looks like right now, but you see some areas that were totally looks like civilization structures and all kinds of stuff, but then there's some quadrants that are completely rubble, right? And it was like, it almost looks like they used it as a movie set or something like that, like in certain parts of it or whatever, you know? Well, I have no idea. I ain't been there, but I was just curious, like, have any of y'all actually seen footage of supposed shit actually really going on or whatever that they're talking about? Or
Yeah. In fact, that's why they target fucking journalists. Israelis are they're cowards, man. They're utter cowards. They really are. And that they rely on the United States as the big brother. You know that the bully. You remember the bully in the Christmas Story? And he had that little friend that you could beat his ass with one hand tied behind your back, but he was mouthy as fuck because he had that big bully behind him, right? And then as soon as that bully got his ass kicked, what happened? The little son of a bitch ran away, didn't he? That's the same thing. Israel's that little son of a bitch. We're the big stupid bully, you see? And that time's over. The bully's getting its ass kicked. They're realizing that the United States is a paper tiger. Other people in the world are realizing it. And it probably is an orchestrated passing along of world dominance. It keeps going west. It started out as Spain, and then the British, and then you got the United States in the Americas, right? And then now it's going to go to China, Asia. You'll see. Maybe if we live long enough, if the whole thing sustains itself, or who knows what could happen, man. Shit could break out right here in the United States, and you don't know what the fuck's happening. I expect a false flag anytime.
Yeah.
It can happen
we haven't had one. I'm surprised we really haven't had one. Well, other than, Iran backing Trump's assassins and that dumb shit.
Well, what just happened in Australia too, like the Bondi thing?
Oh, that's been a long time now.
Yeah, that was some straight fake psyop shit, wasn't it?
Yeah. Limited hangout. Definitely a limited hangout.
Why is Israel involved in all this stuff now? Or they have always been involved in it? Like, I would go
Jews always run the show, baby. Who's controls Hollywood? Who's always been the gypsies that performed? Who's always been the fucking actors? And who's been the producers and the playwrights? It's always been them.
Well, who was in charge of the SO during World War II? It was Jack Warner, right? He was part of the USO. Sorry, he performed.
Oh yeah. I mean, think about this: your Christmas music is all written by Jews.
Mm-hmm. And they don't celebrate Christmas.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, they want the money.
Ain't that some shit?
Uh-huh.
All your Christmas songs are written by Jews. Ain't that some fucking wild shit?
Bing Crosby and Danny K.
Every fucking Christmas, yeah.
Hey Don, it was good hearing from you. You should come up more often. Yeah. It's good to hear new.
I will.
It is good to hear somebody new come up. Kind of breaks up the static.
Oh, yeah. And it's nice to have an feminine side to this stream sometimes. We don't really have too many girls come on that often either.
Roger, you doing a stream?
Yeah, I am.
There you go. Don, you can go over there. You can come up there.
Yeah, you can hang
Where?
out. In my
Where
stream.
do I go?
I'll put his link in the chat for you.
Okay.
Unless Roger beats me to it.
Oh, I already got the link. I can put it in private chat.
Put it in there.
Oh my God, this guy's got some balls. Hold up, check this out. Oh, God damn it, I did it again.
My guys are leaving me.
He smelled your fart.
I just gotta do this.
The party humor.
No. Oh, yeah. I guess. Oh, yeah, because I don't have nothing. I can go ahead and do that. All right.
There's Roger's channel. I think he put it in back. So there's two places for you.
I'll put a restream link if you want to come on.
Another one?
Is it under your name?
Perspective rules, is that it?
That's me.
Okay, got it. And then what else?
The other one's just a restream link to the actual show in the back.
So you can come on panel like this.
Yeah, like here.
Oh.
Why don't you just explain it normal?
I tried to.
Yeah, I know. I'm new to this stuff.
I'm not normal. Sorry.
Not anymore. Now you're a veteran.
Now you're a veteran.
Thank you for your service, ma'am.
You're
salty. She's salty.
You're very welcome, gentlemen.
Salty, weathered, experienced. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But first, are you experienced?
Yeah. What's up, man? What you talking about? You sucking baby. How about fucking you? Oh yeah, Jew. Excuse me? I said, oh yeah, you cross-eyed Jew? Whether I'm a Jew or not. You are Jewish. You are Jewish. You are disgustingly Jewish. You're so Jewish and disgusting looking. You're so Jewish. You're hideous. Jewish. What's your thoughts about your Jew sucking baby penis? So I actually. Oh yeah. Take care of people. Okay. What are you doing? I'm standing up for white people. The same people. Your people are trying to replace it. You're not white. You're Jewish. You're Jewish. You're Jewish, scum. You got Israel. Go to Israel. Go to Israel. Go to Israel. You cross-eyed Jew. Look at this dysgenic Jew. Look at how dysgenic he is. Look at his cross eyes. Look at his ears. Disgusting pedophile protecting Jew scum. What's your plan? Shut up, Jew. We're going to expel all you Jews back to Israel. Go home. 110th time. Here's your Jew buddy. No. Hey, is this your boyfriend from Grindr? What's your plan? 2 gay Jews here have arrived. Why don't you leave our country, Jew? Your country? Yeah, right. We built this country. Europeans, not you filthy Jews. Why did Henry Ford write a book called? You know who Henry Ford is, right? Henry Ford, Model.
Dudes, I don't think you should be going out there and doing that to people, man.
No.
But when they're in the midst of pulling their shit, you call it out. That's another story. But you don't just go up to somebody random like that. And that's the wrong way to do shit.
Almost think that was like that's what you would call it. Just more shit on purpose to instigate.
Well, you see, you got to understand. You're gonna see a lot of that kind of thing right there, because they're blatantly trying to confuse anti-Semitic with anti-Zionist. Now, although a lot of Jews are Zionists, it doesn't mean that it's strictly all Jews, because we have a lot of fucking Zionist Christians that have blindly followed the Schofield Bible and the misinterpretations thereabout given to them at the pulpit by their pastors. You see, they've been tricked. But ultimately, it doesn't mean it's like that guy that came on here. It's like, what the fuck? Is it a race or is it a religion? It can't be both. That's stupid. And if it's a race, how would it differ from the people that you're subjugating right now? That you call the Palestinians? Why is your genetics so drastically different from the people whose ancestors have lived there for thousands of years?
Yeah,
it don't make any sense. So if that's an ethnicity and it's not from there, where is it from and what is it? They can't.
I don't know.
No. So I'm going to gracefully step off the show for.
Yep, I'm going to sign it off myself right now because I'm tired.
All right.
I want to get off of here.
And rest that hip. You need it.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm doing pretty good, man. I mean, here and been doing shit without having to use that cane here. So I'll probably even be in better shape tomorrow. We'll see.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. I'll be over on my. All right.
All right. All right, guys. As we like to say on here, don't forget the Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And remember, it's always better to shit in the sink than it is to sink in the shit. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.